What's this? Portraits restored? That's right, we're back, my friends. Welcome to the Longshots Dungeons and Dragons Timeline Restored. While I restore some cameras on this end, I'm going to throw it over to the man with a plan with a slightly Italian accent now, Mr. Silentbuck.
Yay!
I was really about to do the most fucking stereotypical Italian accent, but I'm gonna save that for a little bit later when I'm not about to cough. How's it going today, guys? We were just discussing our 2-week-long cliffhanger break there, and some of you have almost had a panic attack, apparently. So we'll go from there.
Don't call me out like that.
It's been kind of a stressful 3 weeks between waiting what happens and the Dark Timeline, which again, I hope everyone enjoyed.
It was wonderful, thank you.
It was amazing. Now I have to remember what my usual character sheet has.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm gonna be missing that one wave, like Misty. What is it? The fog? No, what is it? The wave of death. No, I don't know what it was.
The
I
wave
just-
of
Cloud kill.
death.
No, Cloud Kill.
the-
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. That shit was
really loved
brutal.
I loved it.
It made
I
a
should've
person
done
vomit to
that.
death.
Melted robots.
Yeah, I love doing that. I'm gonna incorporate that next time.
Well, do we have any theories?
Definitely some concerns.
Yeah, I have a lot of
Very many
concerns.
concerns.
We can
Lots of
work with concerns.
God.
I have been
Fear.
too incredibly busy this last few weeks, so I have not been able to come up with any theories. I'm sure
That's
Ametrine has.
okay.
I would rather have you come up with a fucking escape plan.
I think Bertram.
I mean, I do have
Reynolds-
the wish spell, but
I think Bert's Joey Bean is earwax flavored or maybe dirt. I don't know. I haven't decided.
Is toenail on the menu?
Oh God, I don't want to know anymore.
Oh man. Well, as we're getting our cameras back together, I will be kicking it over to Colt, but I'm gonna wait until he's good.
I think I'm okay. Okay with cameras. Everyone looks pretty good and handsome.
All right. Then Colt, bring us in.
Last week on the Longshots Dungeons and Dragons, watch Silent Buck as he visits the Greek islands in this episode of the Lifestyles of the Dungeon Masters, Rich and Famous. I'm Colt Sebastian Robin Leach. No, anyways. 3 weeks ago on the Longshots Dungeons and Dragons, Colt was feeling a little unusual, a little unwell, a little paranoid and whatnot, that something was not going the way he thought it should be, but he couldn't quite figure out what was going on. Meanwhile, Ametrine decided to do a little sleuthing herself and went to Icewind Dale looking for Star. Found Star. Turns out it wasn't. What's that?
Luskin.
Luskin. Went to Luskin. Found Star. It wasn't Star. It was a doppelganger who knocked her out and threw her in a hole. We don't know where Star is right now. Perhaps in another dimension, another plane of existence. Everon. So
It was confirmed. She was never on.
it was never confirmed. We don't know what's going on. Don't know. No one knows a thing. No one knows a thing unless you've listened to a podcast before, which I do not. That's why it's hard to do recaps 3 weeks later. So, meanwhile, back in, I want to say, Milwaukee, Colt is moving about, traveling with Vel as they do some shopping, still looking around. Meanwhile, Bertram Reynolds and Rue are eating jelly beans, which some were nice and some were terrible. While shopping, Val's brother tells Colt all about Eliza being alive, and Colt is very upset. And then he apparently sees something, calms down, and as Val's trying to explain things to him, pulls out his pistol and shoots her. which then triggers the one shot because, Buck was away for 2 weeks. So, this week, what happened to Ametrine? Will she come back this session and alive? Will Colt kill Vel, devastating their year-long friendship and making me personally feel terrible? What jelly beans are, Meow and Rue eating? Alien.
Add that one to the list.
Oh, fuck. Add that. Reynolds and Rue. We're keeping track of what times we say meow, but not Reynolds. And then...
did you say it?
I did say it. I did. Add a number.
Okay.
Add a number.
Right. Add a number to the group.
And, also, sadly, Radagast's work schedule can't let him join us anymore. So, you know what? He found his family, went home. Find out all that and more. You know what? I want to say him and Theron got an apartment and are just like, just going to the theater. That's canon. I say, because I said in my opening. Find out that and more on this week's Longshots. Dark, not the dark line, but could be pretty dark. Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay.
Woo!
Oh boy, I hate when it's more than 1 week away.
All right.
I gotta turn you up.
So, Colt, in the middle of a moderately crowded street in Neverwinter,
Are we outside,
steps back from Vel.
Just outside White Sales?
No, you guys were shopping
Oh, we're
with Tez.
shopping. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. So let's be real careful with stray bullets, but stray bullets with Colt is a absurdity.
That's
Stray
fucking
daggers on the
Straight
other
daggers
hand.
on the other hand.
Shut the fuck up! You motherfucker, shut the fuck up! Fuck you! That crap. That hit. It just bounced off.
Sure. And come on, chicken, get down. I'm in the middle of the thing. Come on.
Did you really name your hairless cat Chicken?
It's one of her many names.
I love it.
We mostly call her
I
chicken.
call her.
but-
Okay, because whenever I see her, I'm like, oh, it's the rotisserie chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that.
As you raise your pistol and begin to fire, we're going to backtrack about 5 minutes, where Eliza has left the double-decker trailer mansion with Elian. Wow, I haven't said your name in 2 weeks. You guys have been catching up over the past couple weeks of adventures, trying to learn exactly what it is that she believes, where she's come from and things. But you guys saw Tez and Vel go out shopping and Colt go with them. So it's kind of like a halfway creepy, halfway protective, depending on your point of view. She wants to kind of go with at a distance and, feel included, as it were. So what are you guys getting up to?
Like me and Eliza?
Uh-huh.
What? No, me and the wall? No, I'm sorry, I'm kidding. Okay. So we're definitely, I don't know what we would be talking about in this moment, but I would assume it would probably have something along the lines of like, I don't remember, I'm trying to remember what's been happening. Because, the past 2 weeks that I've been gone, or the past 4 weeks that I've been gone, technically, while I was moving, would have just been them catching up and stuff. So I would have assumed that right now they're just talking about, I don't know how much Elian would have seen of Colt, so I don't think he would be questioning how he's been acting that much, because he hasn't been around enough to be able to see that. But I definitely think that they would be talking about like, oh yeah, like Tez and Colt and Vel, yeah, but like just talking about them and being like, oh yeah, let's discussing why they're following them and stuff like that. I don't really have anything else. I feel like that's what they're doing.
You guys are maybe down the street about 500 feet or so from the shop front that they had just walked into. And as you guys are having your conversation, maybe over tea, she kind of glances over to the left. She's like, what? Does that body language look tense to you? Pointing over towards Colt, who's slowly backpedaling into the street.
And he looks, and he's just kind of like confused. Like, why is he like asking? Like, well, yeah, that's weird. Why is he moving like that? That's what's going on, right? Should we go? I don't want to interrupt, but I don't know. Should we go check?
Roll
on
perception
him?
check.
Ooh, boy.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I say more aggressively than I mean it. Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
you're
you
good.
motherfucker.
Yeah, you.
Oh yeah, I guess I've been asked. Ugh, well, I mean, I got a 5. I mean, can I use my inspiration?
You absolutely can.
I will do that. Perception?
Yep.
Yeah, just making sure because I accidentally rolled performance at some point.
There you
20,
are.
but dirty 20, not natural 20, or not.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
As you are gazing at him from down the street, you can slowly see his hand like sweep back towards his pistol belt.
Oh shit! And I see like Vel in front of him and stuff,
Uh-huh.
so I know what's gonna happen.
You can infer, yeah.
So do I get a chance to hit him?
Well, see, we're about to enter initiative either way. We know what Colt's about to do because we've got that ability already in our heads, but this is giving you and Eliza, who is already going to be here, but, you know, I'm not penalizing your position. I asked you where you were, you said with her, so you get to be
Yeah.
here too.
Yay!
So when we flash forward and we roll into initiative, we'll roll you and Eliza in as well.
All right.
Colt.
Yes.
This is payback for what you. This is payback for what you did to me in the one shot.
I
This is
didn't do it.
payback for Matthew killing me to death. It's just
He
payback.
knocked you
I'm
down.
just kidding.
You killed his sisters. Meow finished
No,
you
no,
off.
I know. I'm not arguing. I'm just joking. I'm just freaking around. I'm killing. Or I'm killing. I am killing. No,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
kidding.
killing.
I'm kidding. I'm killing it.
You're so fucking nervous.
I'm so afraid right now.
Yeah, you are. I can tell. There is a anxiety in your voice.
Yeah, I'm scared.
All right, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
I need you to roll your attack, and then after that's done, we're going to roll initiative.
Is it with advantage?
You didn't say it was going to be.
Well, he says a surprise round, so I don't know how surprise rounds work.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you're talking about advantage with initiative.
No, I'm talking about advantage. Oh, you mentioned that I might get a surprise round. Do I get a surprise round, or are we just rolling right into advantage? Initiative.
You'll determine surprise once we roll into initiative.
All right, I will roll
step
initiative. Gotcha.
But,
I understand.
attack first.
Attack first. Now, that was I was asking. Do I attack with advantage in this particular situation?
Attack? No.
Okay, then regular shot.
Regular shot.
Regular shots. That would be a 29. Pretty sure that hits.
Well,
No, I've got a 30 AC totally. That hurts.
100%. All right.
That'd be 15 points of damage.
Let's see. Let's add that. Save this. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and have us roll some initiative. Oh, why isn't it? Here we go. Nice.
Initiative. That's a good one. 27.
See, I got a nat 20, but I still only got a 21.
Remapping anything out?
Let's see. Let's grab the appropriate characters.
If we're using a battle map, can someone put it on the camera on Discord or something? So that I can see it?
Yes.
If it's relevant, I don't mind.
I got you. I'm opening it up now.
I think while you're setting up, Colt would look at Val, and you see a combination of like anger and panic in his eyes. And after he shoots you, he'll say Val, I knew you weren't being truthful for me. How long have you lied to me? Have you lied the entire time? Are you even my sister? And he like looks to the side at something you can't see, and he just nods. He goes, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. He's sweating.
Colt,
Oh,
you know I'd never betray you. I know this wasn't you.
Very nonchalant.
Just trying to keep calm for tears.
Shoot you right in the shoulder.
and then Elian, what'd you roll initiative-wise?
Oh, I didn't. But I'm gonna do that now. Also, I am slowly trying to. I fucked up by accident, and when I copied my character sheet for the Dark Timeline, I accidentally altered the original one that's in this campaign instead of
I see.
other ones. So I'm gonna try and fix that. But I will roll you initiative because the initiative is still the same. So don't worry about that. I just gotta hang on, get on my page real quick. Oh boy. I'm not afraid at all. Okay. So I got two. Oh, I gotta disconnect this stupid.
Feeling a little closer to your mic.
Sorry.
There you go.
Oh, my gain was completely down.
There you
Oh,
are.
I think I might have rolled 4 times. I don't know. By accident. Okay, because it's the dice thing that was for roll 20 that's still connected.
You'll need to turn that off on your extensions.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I don't know what my roll was.
Well, it actually didn't spit me results for the
So,
first
okay,
couple. I
18
have an
and
18 is what's listed.
Yeah, okay, 18 is good because there's 18 and 12 and it takes the higher one because I have advantage. So 18, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna try and fix this. Hang on. Go ahead, like, don't wait for me. I'm just saying I'm gonna
Oh,
try
you're
and fix
good.
it.
So initiative would be Colt, then Vel, then Elian. But you and Eliza rolled the same initiative, so if you're still not ready, of course, then we can have her go first. You guys are 500 feet out anyway, although you can actually hit that far with Eldritch Blast, so I'll keep that in mind. That red line you can see towards the side of the board that you're on. I've denoted 100 feet, and after that I'm going to use this calculator for the 500 foot total. That way I don't have to have 500 feet of frickin' space on this board, which I probably had if I went long ways. So Colt, you've let off your shot.
Mm-hmm.
Now everything is up to you.
Colt is going to draw his sword. He looks very angry, and he's going to say to Val, "You were never my friend." And he's going to rush forward, and he's going to make an attack with his rapier in the broad daylight.
In the broad
In
daylight.
with booming blade. Thank God, not a crit. 27. Oh,
Yeah, that'll hit.
okay. So that will be 15 points of damage plus. Oh God. 31 points. Okay, not too bad. And then with the thunder damage, that'll be an additional 14. So total.
It's okay, I put it in as you said.
Okay. So that's a total of 60 points of damage in one round.
Yep.
And then he will back up 15 feet using fancy footwork, and he's looking to kill you.
Okay.
Oh, please.
Wow, was it?
Please get out of there. Please, dear God, get out of there.
Is it my turn now?
I'm done.
Yes.
Cool. I just wanted to double check before I started getting into it. Val's going to turn. She's going to grab Tez, and she is going to use her spell that lets her go 500 feet back towards the house, which I am finding now.
Dimension door?
It is Dimension Door. So she's casting that, and she can bring someone. She's saying, Tez, come with me. And she's just going 500 feet towards the house. So she's cast that.
Well, that's convenient because that puts you out
Yeah.
right next to a darling little cafe where as you pop back through the dimension door, just straight across from you sitting at a table is your brother and mother.
I look up and I say, Eliza, Alien, look after Tez. And I turn as if to go back towards
What?
Colt.
Eliza speaks up and says, counteroffer. You stay here. And she kind of like touches the back of her head with her fingers, and a helmet just folds over the front and kind of snaps where a shield erupts on the side of her armor. And almost Michael Bay Transformers-esque, like scoots the chair back, and the rest of her armor, like clink, 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 comes back over.
Okay.
What?
Well, we handle this.
She's
I think I can get him back. It's not Colt. It's not something's controlling him, and I feel this power. I feel like somehow I can heal him. If you can I can get us there in about 6 seconds.
She asks, can he be charmed?
Presumably, he's very charming. I don't know.
Facts.
Well, I have a spell that could work.
After you. I feel like we've probably done too much talking now, but
It was quick enough if you spat it out.
Yeah, Val's quite clearly going to jump right back into the fight.
Alright, so you're going to advance another 30 feet.
Yeah, she's going to go another 30 feet.
Okay, so then I'm going to have 3 different calculators. This one is yours, this one is Elian's, this one will be Eliza's. Alright, so we're going to put this down to 470. Alright, you are 470 feet away from where you just were. Elian, you can go, or Eliza can go.
I can go. I just need to let you know about on my other sheet. I actually have I fixed all my spells. But then I actually have one that I have 13 out of 14, and I didn't realize that I could have another one. So I'm gonna take Cloud
Yeah, absolutely.
because that was cool. So I'm gonna
Dangerous.
I love it. It's so good. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna take that. And then let me just go back to my character sheet. I think everything is good now. I fixed everything, I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99% sure I fixed everything. It's not like he was any different or broken, he just had different spells and a little bit higher HP, that was it. So I fixed that. Okay. So okay, what do we do? Okay, I know Eliza said that she wanted to go and try spell. So sorry, I can't see tabletop right now. I want to back her up. But I don't want to just attack Colt, you know?
That's fair. Well, you got any other ideas then? Now, again, someone's going to interpret something anyway. So, you being aggressive with an attack, but also deciding to deal non-lethal damage is great. The players know that intent, but, a character may not know that you're using non-lethal damage against them.
Okay.
So you can still dictate that any attacks you deal are non-lethal, which will just result in a knockout and not death saves. But again, I'm just letting you know that Colt's character could have reason to believe that that's still an act of aggression.
Right.
Maybe not. That's up for him to decide.
because I was thinking about it, like non-lethal damage and all that stuff. Let me look. I want to see, because right now I want to try. I want in my mind is I want to restrain him in some way. Because I don't want to hurt him. Like as the character and me, I don't want to hurt him.
Well,
So, like I know
you
like
got
non-lethal
about 500
damage,
feet of distance, so.
Okay, I gotta. Oh yeah, you're right. Maybe I should open tabletop. I can see on the stream for now, but well, if Eliza's moving up, I'm gonna follow her.
Well, do you want her to go first then, to follow her lead?
Okay, yeah. I would like her to go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that'll give me time to open tabletop too.
Well, there we go. All right, so then she's gonna go, making sure she doesn't have any crazy spells.
She has Dimension Door?
She doesn't. What she does have she's gonna look over to the left and to the right and reach up and punch her gauntlets together. There's a loud ringing like oh, and she turns invisible.
Nice.
Advancing an unknown number of feet.
Okay.
As a reminder, Colt does have blind sense for 10 feet.
For 10 feet.
10 feet.
Alright, that's her. Alien.
Okay. Give me 3 seconds of opening tabletop. I just gotta. Oh, Legion. Set of long shots.
Oh yeah, I was playing Star Wars Legion the last time I had this open.
Oh. Me not knowing that tabletop can be used for other things other than D&D. Okay, I'm in. Okay.
All right.
So I think I'm definitely gonna move. This thing will freaking load. Alright, we good. We're chill. Okay, we're in. Okay, where the fuck am I? Oh, okay, I'm over here. So, oh, okay, I see this. Our movement. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna move, in that general direction.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I can. So I think that's like what 30 feet.
Unless you
could
dash,
use a
then
dash
60.
action.
I'm thinking that I might, because there's nothing I could really do in this instance that I would that I would want to do, you know?
Right.
So I think I am just gonna take a dash action to try and get there faster.
That's fair.
Plus I don't really have any spells that reach that far. I don't even think Eldritch Blast reaches that far. I could be wrong with that. Oh yeah, it doesn't even reach that far. It's 240 feet. Okay, yeah, so
240, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not that cool. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, none of my spells reach that far. So I'm gonna, I'll move up, take a dash action, and I'll take a bonus action. I can do that, right? Yeah, still, and
Yeah.
take my form of dread. I need that extra insurance. I'm a little traumatized from the one shot. I'm just kidding.
As that round ends, then the shot ripping out in the streets, followed by the rapier attack, the sound of loud gauntlets, and now Alien's form of dread have turned the streets into certain chaos at the moment. People running just like scattering away like ants.
Beautiful. This is not good.
Colt, your turn.
Seeing Val vanish, he's going to yell in frustration.
Oof.
A smidge unhinged. And look around to see if he sees where she is. Would he see her down the street or not?
She's not trying to hide.
I was
I don't know
gonna
if it's a
say
clear path or not.
Yeah.
it's pretty much sidewalks across
Okay.
a 30-foot
Well
road.
then, he'll see her, and he'll see Ellie in advance, and 500 feet. That's like a football yard and a half. So he'll yell down the street, "There you are! There you both are, liars!" Trying to fool me. He'll look to the side, and it's disturbing. He's like talking to someone who's not there. And he goes, all right, I got this. And you'll see him unfurl his musket, and he will charge 60 feet forward. And then, I mean, or would you take like 60 feet off those counters? Would that be easier?
I'm using this like 100-foot play space, but I could also just do that.
Yeah, that'd be easier until they get into that box. He'll move 60 feet, but for an action, he'll take the dodge action in case anyone wants to take a long range shot at him. It will be at disadvantage. I think Ellie and Vel will see him move with a precision that they don't often see. I don't think he's seen Eliza yet, so he doesn't know that she's there.
Vel?
Okay, so this is something that I need to check in with you. Vel's about to cast the Wish spell to cast Greater Restoration on Colt. Now, Greater Restoration does require things like touch distance. However, on the Wish spell it says the basic use is to duplicate any other spell of 8th level or lower. You do not need to meet any requirements in that spell, including costly components. So do I need to meet the touch range requirement?
I mean, if I'm being like super honest with myself, a spell like Wish should be able to get around most things like that.
Cool.
So,
and
yeah, go ahead.
So if that's the case, Val's gonna like try and Val's gonna cast Greater Restoration to get rid of a charmed effect, because it can get rid of charmed and cursed. So she's gonna see, like, because she's far enough away, obviously, now that he can't hurt her. So she is casting that spell. So,
Okay.
I did forget to roll for Wild Magic last time, so I'm sorry, I'm just casually doing that. That's all good. So yeah, Wish.
All right.
And I don't get any of the negative effects of that because it's the basic use. So Greater Restoration, imbue a creature with positive energy to undo a debilitating effect. So I'm going to see if that has any effect on Colt.
Cool.
And there is no attack roll, there is no save.
Your current curse has been removed.
Do I remember everything?
Oh yeah, most certainly.
Okay. I think you'll see.
Belle's still sprinting towards them, by the way.
I think you'll see Colt kind of come to a stop and like look around for where it was there. Boy. I think Vel will see probably Colt look as sad and horrified as he has ever looked with her shoulder wound. And is there an alley nearby?
Generally.
I think he'll run away. He'll run away from her, just out of fear. Like he's still collecting himself.
Okay.
Is an alley within 30 feet of him? Would you say?
Yeah. This roadway is about 30 feet wide.
Okay.
So you could duck in to your left or to your right, either way.
I would say, from a cinematic perspective, he rushes in the alley. He puts his sword and his rifle into a bag of holding. He waves his hand over his glamored armor to make it look like a just crusty-looking fisherman outfit. And then, snapping his fingers, disguises himself and just steps out into the street as a nondescript old fisherman and just melts into the crowd for an hour trying to sort out what happened. Like, he looks like, I think Val would determine like he has himself, but he's like, he is clearly upset what has happened and is very confused.
Okay.
So, I'm sure, hey, look, he trained her very well. She might be able to find him.
Yeah, she's definitely would be looking
Well,
for him
then-
the entire time.
She's got that fucking hammer.
As that happened,
Oh boy.
Meanwhile, back in the double-decker trailer mansion, you guys have been eating jelly beans and having a wonderful meal. What are you guys getting up to? This would be, of course, Reynolds and Reynolds.
Did we hear the gunshot?
I would say no, but what
I've
you
heard my
will
skin
hear
using
is the
Hollis'
sound
clear
of
system.
guard bells. Ding, ding, ding.
Can't go back to jail. Not again.
Well, so considering we were hanging out with Radagast, I believe, as well.
Yes.
Burt will kind of just pass his remaining food in his hands to Radagast and let him continue to munch on it. He's going to walk outside to investigate the ringing of the bells.
Taking a look above, you can just barely hear distant kind of murmurs. Oh, violence at the shops. And just a throng of people making their way down the streets, like in all directions.
Question
Yeah?
for just my own brain. Because I look like a giant scary ass monster right now, are people gonna assume that it's me?
Well, it's a fair assessment, but at least all you have to do is stop concentrating
Yeah.
and you won't look scary.
The second that Colt kind of like goes away, I feel, well, I don't know. He wouldn't do it right away, but if Vel would tell him like, okay, like it's fine, like you can chill, then he would. But until somebody tells him that, then he's not gonna. Okay, so he would.
I feel like Vel has to come back to comfort Tez as well, so you definitely would be made aware.
Oh, got it. What does Tez think of my form?
Well,
Oh,
He just thinks it's super cool.
yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
he is most certainly frightened of it.
Oh no. Okay. Well, he would definitely turn back upon seeing that. Like, God. I hope Tez doesn't like never want to go near Elion again. That would suck.
He'll think it's cool later, but every
Okay.
time you pull out the ability, he'll have to make the save. He'll be like, damn it, why am I scared every time?
Oh shit. Okay. Well, that's good. Anyways, continue. Just had to get that. That's my brain.
Rue, Bert's gone outside to view the bell commotion.
I'm muted.
You weren't, or at least aren't now.
Oh, okay, now I'm not. I mean, she'd probably be following along pretty close.
All right.
I bonded over the jelly beans a little bit, so she's not necessarily hiding. Like, she's semi-accepting their vibing right this second.
Sorry to
Okay.
interrupt, guys. My cat's just escaped, so I'm gonna disappear for 5 minutes to try and find him.
Okay.
Go for
For-
it. Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay, well, with that in mind, then Burt is just gonna, like, kind of without looking, as he's kind of looking around and investigating, just kind of reach behind him and grab some jelly beans from Rue and just start putting them in his mouth and start walking towards wherever the commotion is going.
All right. Now, on your way towards the commotion, there's a giant clap of lightning that just crashes down into the center of town, scorching a like 10-foot radius circle of runes onto the ground, and smoking, kind of standing up in this gleaming armor and this like knotted brown beard, turning over to the right, your friend Theron, wearing a very nice looking red diamond amulet. Greetings. It's been a while.
Remind me, I know Theron didn't meet Rue. At least not when she was with the group. Did Theron meet Bertram?
I think ever so briefly.
Okay, ever so briefly. Okay, so Bert's gonna just kind of look at him and say,
You're Karen.
You're Theron, right?
That's close enough, yes.
I never forget a face. How are you?
Well, I've been busy. I'm sure Colt was not a fan of the way I left per se, but I do hope to make things right. I've come to deliver you all something. Have you seen, well, really any of them, those long shots?
I
the
haven't
yelly
seen
one.
them in a minute, but there was a bit of a commotion. Aside from, you just randomly appearing from the sky in a clap of thunder, there's something going on, and he'll point in the general direction of the tomfoolery, wherever direction that's at. Long shots, if you start walking towards trouble, you're bound to find them eventually.
It's probably Meow. He was known for that.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Ouch.
What? What's that look?
Everyone Neverwinter does this. Ooh.
Well, you see,
Did they finally convince his wife to divorce him? They were really onto that. I never really supported such a thing. I always believed until death do us part.
God.
At this point, he's panicking and just like looking at Rue to help him out.
Rue?
He'll continue to make those noises until Rue bails him out.
He'll walk forward and clasp a hand on your shoulder and be like, we should get that cough or twitch, whatever that is, looked at on our way to find our friends. Lead the way.
Yeah, okay, let's go. And he'll kind of throw his arm around you and be like, so, buddy, old pal Theron, tell me about your adventures.
He's going to glance over at Rue and offer a hand to shake. Hello, nice to make your acquaintance. Theron Baron Wolf.
Rue is not going to appreciate how fancy he is. She is immediately going to roll her eyes and just act like a brat.
You remind me a lot of that Colt guy. Which is not a bad
gonna make
thing.
me even more mad. Yes, he's just going to scowl and go into a shadow and go invisible.
While Burt has his arm around Theron, I would like to sleight of hand.
You want to steal from Theron?
No one has to.
What are you going to try to sleight a hand?
He's gonna try to steal the Amulet of Kings.
You're going to try.
Oh god. This is such a bad idea.
This fucking family.
What'd you roll?
Nat 20!
Wow!
No way.
Wow!
23.
Wow!
23.
Wow!
Wow.
So-
You're lucky today.
He doesn't feel it come off of his neck, nor does he necessarily feel it go past his hair. But it's when you lift it up past his head and get it to like this point where eventually the chain is just gonna have to cross his eyes. He's gonna be telling you about his adventures. He's like, well, I came up within the local government of Cyrodiil, and his eyes just follow the chain, and he's like, I'm back for not even 2 minutes. I literally came here to give that to you. I could have you could have asked.
Huh.
Huh.
You know, and here I thought
reaction,
people
son.
were going to change. He quickly does an incantation over the amulet, and now you'll actually be able to wear it without being incinerated by Akatosh's glory.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but thank you, friend.
I'm glad you won't have to find out, friend.
You know, you're all right, Theron.
Is that a political spectrum joke?
I don't know. Burt is not a smart man. He does not understand that. He'll just kind of laugh it off. Ha ha ha, you're a jokester.
As they guffaw their way down the streets towards the commotion, trying to catch up with any guards that may be on their way, Vel has not come back from kitty searching, question mark?
I have. It didn't
Perfect.
take me long.
There you
I've
go.
trained him well to come to the shaking of a bag of treats.
Aw, I love
Pavlov.
Hold on.
Succeeding it.
All right. Then, what have you guys been doing? Trying to find Colt after calming Tez down?
Yeah, I would definitely want to make sure Tez is alright and that he understands that Colt didn't like there's evil forces at play, and then she'll realize that that's probably not a great thing to say to a kid and just try and downplay that, and eventually she'll just hope he's alright, walk him back to the house first.
How fucked up are you?
She's bleeding pretty heavily.
Okay.
Oh my
But she's
god,
trying to
I'm not a
cover- like,
healer.
she's wearing a coat. She's trying to cover it up and like reassure Tez. And she's like maybe done some immediate first aid of covering it with a bandage, but it's clearly not very good. But she's just like, I'm fine, and like smiling and cheery, and she's trying to walk Tez back to the house where it will be hopefully a bit safer.
Okay.
And then as soon as they're back, she will deposit him in the safe and loving care of whoever's there.
Matthew.
Well, it's about maybe a 5-minute walk, and on the way, you're rounding the corner, and up the street walk Rue, Bertram, and Baron? He goes, oh, there's a friendly face. Valhalla, very nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Did you have a good journey? Did you figure out about the brainwashing and cult thing, or...
His brow furrows for a minute before he remembers. Right. I sort of re-examined my role in the cult of Talos, as you call it, and it seems I was destined for a higher calling.
Guys,
You joined another cult? Because that sounds like another cult thing.
The Imperial one.
Oh my god, are you a part of a fucking royal family?
He grins from ear to ear. Standing before you is none other than the Emperor of Tamriel himself. He kind of gives
Wait,
like a
what?
half
Going
bow.
to establish
this
democracy
is
and
not
step down?
good.
Turns out I'm actually the bastard son of a previous emperor who had actually just been assassinated when I came home. It's probably lucky I was here. I might have been next.
That's good. I'm glad you're alive, and I do consider you a friend and a good person, even though you were slightly misled by a cult. So I do want to ask you, what are your plans to institute a democracy?
He just straight up fucking laughs. He's like, democratic societies do not keep the fires of oblivion at bay, but I do appreciate your concerns.
I'll let it slide because I truly believe that you mean the best for your people.
Truly.
But I'm watching you from a different
Elian, you
plane
okay?
of existence.
Was that hand like a... You're
I was raising my hand, but I'm gonna wait until you come over to me.
Okay. Excuse me.
Are you alright, Buck?
Yeah, I'll
You
be good. Give me... Sorry, guys. COVID difficulties.
All good. Yeah, I had my hand up and then I realized, you know what, I'm just gonna wait until you come over to me. So don't worry.
Whew. Okay, so you're gonna have to remind me what you just said, Val. I'm sorry. You were.
Belle's just saying that she's going to let it slide because she does truly believe that he means the best for his people, but that she's still watching him, and then she's going to go in for a hug.
He will indeed give you a big old plate mail hug. He goes, "Oh."
And then while they're in the hug, she's just gonna lean up and whisper to him, "I'm trying not to lead on to the kid tears, but I'm really hurt. I would appreciate any healing you could give me right now, secretly."
Right now?
If you can, without letting Tez know, the kid. I'm trying to pretend I'm all fine.
He looks over at the amulet that, Bert, have you tried to put it on yet?
It has been on him since he looked away the first time.
Okay. He gestures over at that amulet. That's what you guys sent me to find. Turns out it's the symbol of my office, but you guys kind of needed it, so, I'll just tell them something happened, or, maybe I'll return with it. Again, that's... You can see his eye kind of strain. He goes, "It's not important what happens to it." So
we will do our best to get it back to you, or an exact replica.
In the background, Bert will just say, "Hey, look, I'm the king of Tamriel," and he'll just kind of like put his fist on his
If
sides,
I had to
like
choose a
he's
king,
super proud.
it would not be him. Don't worry, I won't let that happen.
He goes, "But now that particular amulet does incur some mighty powers. Mr. Reynolds, if you wouldn't mind a decent lay of hands, and I will say the rites."
He'll put his hand on Vel.
"By the 8 and 1 divines, Talos guide you." And you confer all the benefits of a long rest, and that is a once per day from the Amulet of Kings.
Wow.
Damn.
Oh.
Val suddenly looks a lot less pale from blood loss, as you realize how pale she looked before.
A light purple.
Deep blood red gem, you can kind of see it light up, and for just a moment you can realize that while the gem itself is a hard, object, inside the gem it sloshes with that of a viscous blood, and that kind of glows, and you feel better almost instantly.
Oh hey, that red liquid in there, is that potentially... We needed the blood of someone, didn't we, for that prophecy? God, does anyone remember the prophecy? I have it written down, but I left it at the house.
You can roll history.
There's a prophecy?
Don't you remember?
Yeah.
It's on the door.
That's a 25.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I will
An
go
amulet
ahead.
filled with blood from all. Ah.
That's right.
Yeah, I just found it on the session notes.
Darren
She
kind
pulls
of
out her
smiles.
hammer.
Ooh, the magic hammer there. I am interested to see what happens.
Yeah, I thought you might want to see this bit. I don't know when you have to get back.
He kind of looks around and shrugs. Well, I was sort of right in the middle of rebuilding the Imperial City, but I do have people for that.
You could rename it the People's City, build a town hall, have a council, a democracy. Just think about it.
I mean, they do elect the Senate, if that helps.
It does help. It's a step in the right direction.
But to answer your other question, yes, this particular amulet, wow, words, does in fact contain blood of a god, Lorcan, who we believe created humanity and elves and such, but particularly humanity.
So his is the blood of everyone.
Generally speaking, but
I try and mash the hammer and the amulet together. Like,
you do?
On Bertram's chest?
Together.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
Yeah, I pick it up on his chest and I try and touch the hammer to it.
Oh god.
The moment you touch the hammer to the amulet, the gem on the front of it fucking shatters, and you watch Theron's like just stone just immediately go. Ah! It just and this blood like leaches out onto the hammer and stains the entire head of it, and the gem you had attached to it, this dark crimson red that is like constantly flowing slowly like lava over the metal of it. And he's just fucking speechless. He's like, like I said, it doesn't matter what happens to that. It's okay.
Never trust us
Val
with
looks
anything.
quite guilty. And
No, you couldn't have known. I sure didn't.
Is there a look? I'm trying to look through spells right now, but is there a spell that can just like create something permanent that's like 8th level or lower that I could just like create an object and then just make it look exactly like this?
There are indeed spells that could let you do that.
Can I do that with the wish spell because he's given me a long rest with the amulet and just give him like an exact duplicate?
You could, but he'll kind of further elaborate, being like, that amulet was the thing keeping a barrier around my particular realm of Nern from incursions from Oblivion. Even if you were to remake me a nice replica, shall we say, it won't have the same effects. So it is okay. Perhaps
You're
it
the
is
best friend
time
ever.
we fight our own battles. I had a lot of time to think, is all. But
Nice.
you guys aren't like murderers still, right?
Hello there, it's me, Colt Sebastian Taylor, your handsome swashbuckler rogue here on the Longshots D&D. This part of the session, we are currently on break. You're probably yourself, Colt, what happens during the break? What's going on? Why did you go? Well, you know what, sometimes we eat snacks, bathroom breaks, and we can only sit for so long to stretch our muscles, but we do talk between the segments. So, if you didn't want to miss that, then my friends, go down below and join the Discord channel. The link is in below. Whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening to us via the podcast, join the Discord channel and you can chat with us throughout the week and listen to the behind-the-scenes conversations and other fantastic stuff. And, well, hey, listen, sometimes these breaks are 5 minutes long, sometimes they're 10, but this break is over right now.
Two good things.
And stream's back up.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. I lost connection there briefly. Give me a second to reconnect to the tabletop. Can someone confirm on the stream that we're streaming?
Yep.
Yeah, we're still streaming.
Okay.
Buck, while he does that, the jewel was shattered, but I'm assuming it had some sort of metallic placement for the jewel for the Amulet of Kings, right?
Yes.
Okay. Roughly, what is the size of that?
Maybe about 10, 11 inches tall diamond. Like it's a fat fucking chain.
Okay. How many jelly beans could I fit in that?
A good amount.
I'd like to try that.
The last thing I heard from Theron was, you aren't all still murderers, are you?
Yeah, and that's pretty much actually where we had set off there. Yeah, you're not all still murderers, right? And then he asked about Meow.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and Val said Meow's past died and we couldn't... There's nothing we could do to bring him back.
I'm back where we were. Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
I am sorry to hear that. He was an angry man, yes, but maybe
He was
for
such a good
the right
person.
reasons. Well, that's the thing. I believe we're all good people. Sometimes it just takes us longer to figure that out.
Exactly. Now, Do you want to like drink about it back at the house? I have to get Tez back. I don't want to like hang out on the street. I think he's had a bit of a hard afternoon. He's only like 10, you know, he's a kid.
Oh.
And I just like look at Tez and see how he's doing.
He looks down and says, "Hello there, Theron Baron Wolf, at your service." Extends a hand. And Tez will just kind of look up. Be like, "God, you're tall." Thank you. I think.
It's because he ate all his vegetables.
That is important. And remember to say your he's fighting the urge to paladin.
I was just like side-eyeing him, like, nah.
Remember to say your thank yous.
She smiles and nods like, yeah, that's good.
Well, then I suppose we could feast about it. Say, what are you cramming into the amulet there?
Nothing. And he'll start walking towards the sound of the bells. You guys got this. I'm gonna go see what all this commotion's about.
Oh, don't worry about that. That was just Colt and I having a little disagreement.
Oh.
It wasn't his fault.
Oh.
A whole thing happened. We can debrief about it back at the house, but we also need to find Colt. But I need to get Tez settled first.
Okay, you do that.
Why is it still invisible, just lurking about?
Did Eliza follow Colt or something to beat him up? I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah.
If you guys are heading back to the house, can you take Tez and I can go look for Colt?
You can hear this whisper in your ear, Eliza, still invisible. Oh, I'm right here.
Oh, okay. She whispers very obviously, talking to what seems like no one. Can you look after Tez then? I don't know if I trust these two. Like, you can hear that.
As you're saying that, Burt is just walking off, mashing jelly beans inside of the amulet's brew. Walking towards the...
Rue, are you keeping up with Burt?
Yeah. Definitely.
After he's done, he'll give it to Rue as a gift.
The amulet of smushed jelly bean kings.
Well, Rue really wanted the real one, so she takes it as a nice gesture, but is still planning on how to get the other one eventually.
Excellent. All right. So then, invisible Eliza is just gonna like take fucking Tez's hand semi-nonchalantly. They're gonna walk back to the house.
Is Elian still there?
Elian should have went with you, or did you stay?
So I was gonna, when we were back there, I would have just at some point, once Colt disappeared and all that stuff, would have tried to figure out, where Eliza went. But I assume she probably would have just been like, oh, like, I'm, like, here, whatever. And then, yeah, I would have walked... I assume I would have arrived a little bit after Vel.
Just in time to watch her turn around.
What?
Because she's going to go back, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaving Tez in the care of Eliza, but Theron and... Rue.
Yes.
So, going to find Colt.
So he would want to come with you, but before that, he would see Theron and remember how he literally killed his mother. Like, one of the last times that they saw each other. So, he's gonna be shocked to see him, for sure.
He'll wave. Hello!
He's just standing there, like, giving him the biggest glare. And then if Vel would have been like walking back, like and like leaving, like he would have just left without a word with Vel and followed her.
All right. So then, let's see. We've got Reynolds and Reynolds, Vel, and gosh, Elian. Jeez, why names
Why
are
do
so
you
hard
forget
with
who
COVID?
I am?
It's brain fog, man.
I'm kidding. You have COVID, you're allowed. And you're jet lagged probably, so you're allowed.
The jet lag, actually, no, I'm good.
Oh, good.
We're gonna transfer to a different place.
Black hole.
Ametrine, you're not sure how long you've been trapped inside this black, almost coffin. But eventually you are unfolded into a, at first, bright. As your eyes adjust, you realize it's more dim, but these weirdly white-colored lights. It's not light created by a flame. It's just mage light, essentially. Inside these lanterns that line this, what almost looks like a elongated stagecoach car, maybe about 40 foot long. There's a series of windows down the entire side. On each side of the windows are curtains. There's a small table on one side, a bunch of couches line the other side, and sitting on one of the couches, foot up on a coffee table, as you're unfolded from the doppelganger's portable hull, Star looks over at you, and she's got this white paper with giant like cross fold, and she kind of folds it down, folds it quarter, and puts it back on the table, sets her drink down. Hello, dear. Sorry for all the cloak and dagger, as it were. You all right?
Can I move?
Yeah, you're good now.
And is the doppelganger still there?
Just kind of lurking in the corner by a door.
Star, what's going on? What's with all of this?
We are in a train car. Oh, did you not mean physically?
Well, do I feel myself moving?
It does feel like you're moving at an incredible pace.
You know what I meant, Star. What's going on? Please just tell me.
Well,
And Ametrine like kind of like start kind of like taking a few for at first slow steps towards her, then like quicker until she's like in front of her.
I'd like to tell you everything, but first I think I'd rather show you. She kind of points down to the folded paper. Pick up that newspaper there.
Are my hands still manacled?
They were initially, and as she had said her hellos, the doppelganger kind of like tapped them open.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pick it up.
Very much like Harry Potter, these newspapers have moving arcane pictures printed on them. And as you unfold it, there's a big headline. Great houses build massive warship. Prepare for inaugural launch. And it shows a picture of this very sleek, ironclad looking object with like 1, 2, and 3 round housings on the front, with like a observation deck right in the middle. That is why I'm here.
What is it? Why?
This is what they call a battleship. A very impressive one, in fact. And this is probably going to be the first wave of attack against Faerun and all of Toril. A little dangerous and a little outside the scope of what we normally deal with, but that's kind of how things roll over here.
You mean Eberron is going to attack Faerun?
Oh, most certainly.
Why?
Well, that's exactly what Scion wants.
Scion. He's not good. He's working with Eberron? What?
This is his realm.
No, it's not.
Everyone here seems to think it is.
So what are you exactly doing? Are you trying to steal this battleship?
Her eyes grow wide. Now, stealing it would be a feat. Really, perhaps disable it, delay it, maybe get a schematic or two. Again, stealing it ideally, but no, I was just going to pull a little subterfuge.
Oh. I see. But why keep it a secret? Why not tell us?
I feel the need to compartmentalize a lot of information, and I didn't need all of you to focus on this. You guys had much greater things to attend to back in our normal lives.
Except this is what we're working on. And she'll look at the doppelganger and she'll kind of just telepathically mention to Star, like, do you trust this person? Or
Does she trust the doppelganger? Well, it served me well for a great many years. The amount of functions this thing has been to alone has saved me a lot of headache.
But Ametrine doesn't really trust this doppelganger at all. For obvious reasons.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Do you hear voices in your head other than mine?
Not unless I'm drunk.
Okay. Well, I think
Why would you be hearing voices?
I don't really understand it, but
Okay, well, let's start from the top then. Did you knock over any ancient statues? Have you been to any haunted houses? Did you dig up someone's grave?
it was right after we killed Colt's father.
Oh.
I think his anger somehow got into us and now doesn't really want to leave. Or at least can't leave. What do you know about all this?
Well, that sounds like a possession to me. Did you pick up any weird trinkets or curios that it could have bound itself to? Typically, possessions like these bind themselves to either people or strong objects, and I assume you've already searched yourself.
No. At least, not that I'm aware of. Colt's been acting so weird, though. I think whatever this thing is corrupting him.
Her eyes kind of furrow. And this would happen when I'm away on business. Well, he's been known to take good care of himself.
He has.
Just not always the most carefully, but he always ends up all right in the end.
You know me, I worry. And I wanted to ask you, and if you can, please be honest, and please know that I would never judge you or anything. Alistair, before he died, he explained that Colt, Elian, and Valhalla, he wanted them to become gods.
Huh.
But he said you were doing the same thing to Colt.
I'm doing it to Colt?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That you were raising him in order to make him more powerful so that you yourself could become a god.
Well, that's about half right. I was raising him so he could become greater than most, but I don't need him to become a god. I'm perfectly capable of that by myself.
I'd like to insight check.
Sure.
This. That's a 36.
What she said was very blunt and came across with no wavering in the voice, and she didn't look away when she said it. She firmly believes that she's absolutely capable of becoming a god on her own without the need to kill Colt.
And you're not working with Scion, correct?
Never had the opportunity. But, listen. Bad people aren't always who they're cracked up to be, and neither are good people. Sometimes the answer lies somewhere in the middle. I can't promise you that there won't be a time where doing a deed for someone wouldn't benefit me or the people I care about. You, for example. If one of your friends or your loved ones, if you had a chance to save them and it meant doing a deed for a person you didn't like, you'd still do it, wouldn't you?
Ametrine kind of thinks about it for a long time, and of course.
She nods her head.
For anyone that I love.
And then, as much as I would like to guarantee you that I would never work with an entity such as Scion, I truly can't. Maybe at the end we all get made an offer we can't refuse. I hope not, but we'll see.
Just please don't. Whatever you do, please don't. Okay. And you're good? You're safe and everything's okay?
Everything's going pretty well for the most part. I managed to smuggle in a few hooks who I assigned specifically, and you can't tell Colt this part. She kind of whistles from the back. You can come in now. Sliding the door open, a group of about 4 royally armed looking individuals, and in step first Rain and Neverwinter, and Celise Marivaldi, now Neverwinter, who both kind of wave sheepishly. They're like, hey.
Hi.
You here to
Why
do some
did you feel like
sabotage?
Well, I suppose I could, but
Destroying
I
ships
mean-
is your forte.
I tend to be very, very good at it. But I think I really need to get back to the Longshots. I did tell Vel that I would be back before supper time.
And it's as you say that off into the distance, out the right window of the train, as you guys are kind of heading through this long, seemingly endless plain, a tower bursts through the ground off into the distance, where there is a large, resounding thunderclap, just rattling the windows and shaking the train car, much like happened in Faerun. Everyone kind of snaps their head, and Star goes, well, that's unusual.
Is it?
Well, towers don't just normally pop out of the ground every day. Least of all when we're here to notice. Tell them to stop. 4 of the guys kind of turn tail and head to the front, you assume, of the train. We may have to take a detour.
I see.
So, were you wanting to go back?
Is this Star or Buck?
Star.
Uh-oh. So second campaign here.
Ametrine kind of briefly weighs her options, like, does she be responsible, go back to the party, or does she sate her curiosity and go check out this tower?
Oh no.
I'm gonna flip a coin.
Oh god. Coin flips have never led to anything good in this campaign, like ever. Like not even once. Like,
Hey, yeah, she's gonna go check out the tower.
oh god.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you sound real sorry about it.
Over the next hour,
Sure.
the small crew you have learned are the name of the Renegades and Star. Make your way off the train, across the plains towards this giant tower.
Oh, speaking of which, before we leave the train, do I see any any rods that look to be about 250 gold pieces worth?
Not right
look-
offhand. I mean, there's some really nice curtain rods, but I don't know if they're 250 gold worth.
Okay, I'll just ask Star, like, do you have anything for like this specific spell in order so that I can get back and forth to Eberron?
All right. But it's here that I'm going to switch us back over.
Yes, please do.
So, guys, what's been going on in Faerun?
I would have wanted to have a talk while we were walking, me and Vel, at some point.
All right.
I
So,
think that for Bertram, that entirely depends on what he and Rue come across.
So it is a scene of complete police activity, just kind of up and down the block. The guards are like checking windows, and the only thing that they were able to find was a bullet lodged into a wall with just like the titterest bit of blood splatter, and there's no other signs of damage, no bodies. You can tell they're all scratching their heads like, well, maybe a drunken misfire.
Interesting. Okay. I'd like to do a perception and see if I can see any sign of Colts anywhere, as I heard them talking about him disappearing earlier.
Let's do an investigation check.
As I roll in that 20.
Oh no.
Do you want me to re-roll investigation? I got a 28 and that 20 perception.
Oh, you already rolled perception. Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
Oh my god.
go ahead and still roll me investigation because this will help your context. But in the middle of the street, just off of the right-hand side sidewalk, you can see a bit of fine blood splatter. Looked like it was from removing a piercing weapon, and there's a torn bit of like paper, not quite cardstock, but it was like forever paper. And then the other half of it lays on the ground too. It looks like it may have once held something.
Okay. I rolled a 13 investigation.
That's good enough. You've seen Colt use these from time to time. These hold the black powder for his gun.
Okay. With that in mind, he's going to... Would he be able to see any residue leading off in like a general direction from the initial shot of the gun that maybe would point in I don't know, like maybe like if some of the gunpowder got on his shoe or something as he was walking away?
Doesn't seem to be. Although, with your investigation check, you could likely assume that he's probably ducked into one of the many alleys around, and that at least gives you something to work with.
He'll gesture over to Rue, who I'm assuming is also in an alley out of sight right now. He just kind of, Rue, come here. I want to show you something.
I'm
Dad,
kind of more
listen.
interested in spying on the cop situation, but
We're looking for our friend, Rue. It's very important.
we could solve a mystery today.
We could. We might.
I mean, not one involving our friends. That sounds kind of boring. A real
Yeah, I agree. This is totally unrelated to him, but I want to show it to you anyway. Come here.
Fine. What is it?
It's our friend. He'll point at the ground. Where do you think he might have gotten off to? This looks like Colt's. This looks like gunpowder from Colt's firearm.
I don't know. I mean, don't you think he's been kind of weird lately?
Lately?
I mean, yeah, he's been extra colty and angsty.
I thought that's how he always was. I don't know. I don't know. Well, you're you and him are very similar. You like to skulk in the shadows. If you had to run away from here, where would you go?
Oh, well, see, I need to put myself more in his mindset because I'm just so much better at it than he is. It would never be where I would go, per se. Somewhere very obvious. Is there a coffee shop around here or something? Because, I could kind of use a cup of coffee. It helps me work.
Oh,
You
I
guys
see where
passed
we're
one
going.
about 500 feet back.
Bert would go get coffee, but he's like 99% sure if he left to go get coffee that Rue would disappear. So he'll say he'll
Well,
say I'll tell you what, after we figure out where he went, I will buy us both coffee. How about that?
Oh my god, that could take forever. I need it now.
But whatever you like.
Whatever I like, then we picked the wrong store.
Just tell me which way he went, Rue.
You're going to Fantasy Tim Hortons.
there, Hortons.
I'm kind of confused to where like Val and Alien, like, did these guys double back after Val and Alien left looking for Colt?
They had basically met you and then continued walking as you guys dropped Tez off, and you're basically just behind them.
Okay, because if I can hear them saying that, I might like step in.
You might chime in and be like, "Hey."
Yeah, like, so can I hear them arguing?
Yeah, I wanted to give you guys a chance if you wished to do your bits walking up behind them, and then you would have encountered what they were saying.
Oh, okay, sorry. I just wasn't quite sure.
No, you're good. But yeah, if you wanted to jump in here, logically you would be here. Let's back up a couple minutes and have you walk in behind them. This is like a weird episode of 24.
The flashbacks.
Doot.
1:02 p.m. Street.
So are we doing the walking over here to meet us part, or are we doing the you just met us part? Which 24 are we on?
So Alien and I are chatting as we come over, and then we'll interrupt you at this point.
Got it. I'll leave you guys to it then.
So Alien, I
Alien,
just wanted you to
floor
know
shorts.
that was not Colt.
Yeah, so I don't really know what happened. I just kind of saw he was he shot you.
He was cursed. I have this new power somehow that I can feel like I can cast a lot of spells, but only once a day. Anyway, I don't know,
What's
but
an
I
hour?
cast this. I cast this spell that removes a curse from someone, and I cast it on Colt, and then he stopped, looked a bit horrified, and ran away. So he was definitely under a spell.
I didn't really.
So we need to find him before he does something stupid, because I know Colt. He's feeling a bit horrified. Like, he hurt me pretty bad, and he will be absolutely devastated by that. And I need to find him before he does something stupid.
He didn't really look too happy, but I don't know. I was just trying to get over there to help in time, but that didn't really work out. I've been back and forth a lot today, like literally just running back and forth, and I mean that so literally. Like, what happened? Like, what was it about?
I told him about Eliza because he was starting to get pretty awful about me hiding things and stuff, and I thought, okay, I'll just tell him because it'll be fine because he's Colt. And then he just snapped and was like, he was talking to someone who wasn't there, or that I couldn't see, and he kept turning to talk to someone, and then he like got really betrayed and angry, but like way more than even if he was feeling betrayed, he got way worse than that. And then he shot me. So I know he would never do that, even if he felt like I'd betrayed him and was never really his friend. I'm pretty sure Colt would still not try and kill me.
So because Val
and then
has
he was cursed.
Because Val has no reason to lie to Elian, I'm not gonna insight check Val, but I know the truth. I know it was Tez. No, it was Tez who did it.
What?
Tez did it. Tez told him. I'm not saying this is Elian,
yeah.
I'm saying this is me.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. She's definitely
That's what I'm
saying. Guy told her.
Yeah.
She's like, I introduced Tez to her, so she does feel like it was her, and she's like...
Okay, yeah. Okay,
And she
so
also doesn't want you to get mad at Tears. So
well, exactly. That's why I'm like, okay, like I'm saying, like me
He's like, it's
personally,
basically my fault. He's 10 years old. You know,
as
I
the
shouldn't
player,
have told him.
as the player, I know the truth. I know you're
Yeah,
lying.
yeah.
But as Elian, no, Elian has full reason to believe you. Like he
And I
doesn't
just want
have
to
any.
say, I also want to say that it works out, but I forgot that I wasn't the one to tell him. It works out, and says what Val would say anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So
yeah.
So he's gonna stop for a split second and kind of look down. You know, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked you to keep that big of a secret.
Oh, no. It wasn't about that. I don't want you to think it was about that. He was clearly cursed. This was just the moment he chose to snap. And by chose, he didn't choose it. Someone cursed him.
Yeah, but like, I don't know.
It wasn't
I feel like this
secret.
could have easily been prevented.
No. I know Colt. He's not the kind to let something like this overcome him easily, and I don't think it was like I said, even if he reacted badly to that secret, there is absolutely no way he would have reacted even half as bad as he did just now.
No, I know that. I just mean like he's still I know it's because he was cursed and all that, but even if we would have, I don't know, told him early on, maybe, or if I would have told him that maybe it would have prevented you from getting shot, like that's.
I mean, I'm fine now.
Well, yeah, but still, it happened, right? Like, even though you're physically fine now, it still happened. And Colt is probably.
And
really
I can deal with that later.
Oh.
We box in my head and
really
deal with
the
that
healthy?
Never.
Listen.
Right about then.
I want to say when she said that, she like almost mimics Cole. Like, I'll deal with that later.
yeah, that's exactly what I was going for.
And then Ella's usually be like, well, hang on. And then, yeah, I assume that's when we.
That's
when you'll see Burt stooping down, handing the paper, coaxing Rue over.
Oh, you guys looking for Colt?
Yes. Yeah. Hello, Valhalla and Elian.
She pulls out her hammer and like asks it to point to Colt.
Nice.
It does. But this time, instead of a beam directing you that way, the moving blood red lava on the head of the hammer kind of parts ways on the flat side and gives you a visual image instead of precisely where he is. Colt, where are you?
Well, I assume some time has passed with discussions and trying to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time we've kind of gone right through. So what I would say is right about now is when you're at the place that we were just both talking about.
Colt would have ducked out. He would have been very confused, like clear head, but not understanding what has happened. And he would have quietly, casually circled back to the double-wide trailer and gone in, a back window, hop inside, drop the disguise self, and kind of just stand there and just try to figure out what's going on and listen for anyone who might come back.
Yep, you can hear people downstairs.
Okay, then he would probably assume it was Vel or someone and immediately go downstairs and try to figure out what's going on.
Tez in a woman's voice.
He'll pop out, see Tez, see Eliza, and take a deep breath and go, Tez, could you be a wonderful, wonderful lad and go and check the library for a book about horses, please? it's a top shelf, so feel free to play on the ladder.
Unsupervised, excuse me?
His brows kind of furrowed. He goes, I don't think Lala would like that very much. You know, speaking
Matthew
of which,
around.
Just look at the top shelves from the floor and just find all the horse books for me. He's glaring at Eliza. Please.
fine, I'll ask Matt.
Yeah, go find Matt.
He starts screaming up the stairs, Matt, I'm gonna play on the ladder. I'm not supposed to, so you're gonna be there.
And then once they're gone, Colt will kind of slowly walk down the steps, and he'll say, Eliza Yesena. This all now makes a whole lot more sense to me of what exactly happened.
Her head kind of tilts. Do I know you? Are you Colt? And by the way, you're viewing this live as it's happening, Vel. So at any point, if you're like moving while Thundercat watching,
Thundercat
just let me know.
Awesome.
Yeah, Val, upon seeing that happen, would probably be using the Dimension Door spell as many times as it takes to get there ASAP.
Can I also see the thingy, or is it just Vel that
She
sees
grabs
it?
she grabs Ellie and just disappears without saying anything to
Thank you.
anyone
I'm
about
like,
what's
please,
happening.
I need to be there. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry,
so-
Bert and Rue.
Would we have seen that
I mean,
image?
let me circle around to that too. So yeah, as many of you that can crowd around, because she's got to hold it like not too far out to be able to get a clear picture there. So like, yeah, if you guys all like cram your heads in, you could see it.
I would have been right next to her anyway, so I assume.
Yeah, like she takes a moment to realize where he is and what's going on, and then as soon as she does, she's
And
just
then-
disappearing with Ellie.
For you, I would also say maybe roll an intelligence check. Let's do charisma, because that's your spellcasting modifier.
Yikes.
Uh-oh.
Comes to a 20.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
okay. Why'd you
With
say
a 9 on the
yikes?
dice. It was a 9 on the dice, I forgot. Wait, that's not a check. Apologies, that was a saving throw.
God.
So a check is like -6 off that. So it's actually a 14.
Okay, still decent enough. You know that you can cast any spell as wish if you wanted to get there immediately, and if you wanted to bring more people, teleport would be a more appropriate spell.
I do that.
That's up to 8 willing creatures.
I just I'm grabbing Rue and Burt with that.
Perfect.
As you grab Rue, going to be yelling about the coffee she was supposed to get.
I was gonna say I would not be a willing participant here because
I just look at him and I'm like, you want to find Colt?
Oh, it looks like we found him. I owe
Yes.
somebody.
Do you want to go
coffee.
to Colt?
Do you want to explain to Rue why she's not getting her coffee? Because I don't.
Okay, Rue, do you not want to come?
I mean, I'm just asking to make a quick little pit stop. I'm sure he's fine. He looks perfectly fine there.
Okay, we'll see you later. I don't bother to use the word. I don't take them.
All right, then I need you to roll me a D100 percentile check, please.
That is a 72.
Perfect. You arrive precisely where you wish to. Where do you wish to arrive?
I arrive so close to Colt, like almost like noses touching type thing, right in front of him,
Perfect.
like uncomfortably close.
I would
So-
back up to be in front of Eliza.
Just as soon as you were saying her name, Colt, and she was like, you must be Colt, I assume?
Then they haven't arrived yet. Cole have like say one more thing?
Yeah, whatever you
Okay.
say next, then they
Okay.
appear.
Then Colt would say after that, I'm not sure what you did to fool my sister and my brother
No.
to convince them that you are somehow redeemed, changed. There is no redemption for people like us. I'm going to ensure you cannot corrupt them again. And he'll pull a sword. And then
And then Vel appears uncomfortably close to you, and the rest of them are all kind of gathered in a tight, packed, like 10-foot radius circle.
I think it's just me because I
It's
think
literally
Ruin,
just us two.
yeah,
They didn't wanna come.
Ruin, yeah.
Oh,
So I would
10-4.
be in
We're
front
getting
of Eliza, like shielding her, like with my arms out.
as soon as Colt sees Vel, there's just tears streaming
Oh.
down his face, and he drops his sword.
Ouch.
I
That
just
hurt
like
my
look at him and I'm like, do you really think you should be making impulsive decisions with your sword after what just happened?
He just cries.
Oh
Also
no!
decisions with her
She looks like she
sword.
regrets what she
He
said.
cries and collapses into her and like heals her, even though she's completely healed. He just like uses his healing hand, once a day healing hand, into her and just like tightly hangs on to her, sobbing.
She hugs him so tightly, like he probably is struggling to breathe because she's hugging him that tightly. Like
I think his
there's
knees,
nothing to forgive, but if you think,
his knees, like she has to hold him up, basically.
yeah, she's holding on as best she can with a +0 strength, and then she just says, "There's nothing to forgive, but if you thought there is, then it's already forgiven.
Aw.
I love you. I know it wasn't you because I cast a spell to remove a curse, and I trust you still."
He goes,
It wasn't you.
I don't know what happened.
There was a curse. We'll find out what happened.
He tries
But
to
you
disguise
didn't
himself again,
Kill
but
anyone. Do you want? She tries to like maneuver him back to like his bedroom to like get some privacy from him, like collapsing in tears in front of somebody he doesn't even know because it's Eliza.
can't.
He probably
goes,
wouldn't want that in his right mind.
I have this. Let's see. She's just gonna start wagging a arcane rod kind of in front of his face really quick. Colt, make a wisdom save.
Okay.
And she's just constantly repeating, "It'll be okay."
29.
29.
Doesn't work, I assume.
No.
I don't know.
I don't
That
It's
normally
not.
works.
Yeah, I think he just
he's
kinda
pretty
has to
strong-minded.
focus.
That's why he's struggling with this. Cole,
Yes.
you trained me well. You trained me well enough to be able to escape someone as dangerous as you, with a civilian unharmed, come back and subdue the threat, which was not you, it was the curse. So I successfully did that, and you trained me that well. So thank you.
I am pretty good at that stuff. I'm pretty great.
You saved me. You saved me with your training. I mean, obviously I did a lot of the work, but without your training, I could not have done that. So, whilst you may have been the physical body to attack me, you are the mind that also saved me by training me. So just remember that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and she's trying to get him like to his room to like lie down and cry in privacy for a bit.
He just
Like,
hangs.
wow.
He just hangs on to her.
She's staying to clarify. But yeah.
There's a lot
like-
to unpack.
Yeah. Are you okay? Did he hurt you? I don't think you look fine.
I'm good.
Emotionally? Are you good?
Also good.
Okay.
Better than him, I think.
I don't. Yeah, it was the. I don't even.
Val comes around the corner and is like, "Find Ametrine! I think we need Ametrine or Star or someone," and then pops back around to go.
I'm glad
Come
Meow's
to
dead.
Colt
I'm glad Meow's
I
dead, so
don't
he didn't
know.
see me like this.
I don't know how to find any of those people.
Rude.
So when you make it back to your room, it's quiet and everything, but a bird is perched on your windowsill.
Kill it. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
Yours,
no,
yeah.
kidding. Is it a raven or a crow or whatever it is that we're looking
Yeah.
out for?
Matter of fact,
Hello.
it's a raven.
I look at the raven and I say, "What do you want?" to the bird.
It just squawks.
I shoo it away, like with my hands, like, shoo. Then we need some privacy. I don't want anyone watching.
It flies off.
You could always Eldritch Blast it.
Hey, that's what I'm
Good.
saying. Just kill it. So much easier that way.
I don't have Eldritch Blast anymore, so I can't.
But
How
it's here that
dare
I
you,
want to take a quick break. And when we return, the lovely crying sounds of Colt Sebastian Taylor, the intrigue in the tower of Ametrine, and what kind of coffee do we order at the Cafe Croissant?
I'm so sorry, bro. Like a 5-year-old cry talk.
Yeah, Val's just like hugging him, going, there, patting him on the back.
I imagine like Colt is a very ugly crier.
Oh god, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Snot running down his
Oh yeah.
beard.
He just shot and tried to kill his best friend. This is devastating to him.
Yeah, that's rough.
Oh. Alright, we'll be right back. Hey, it's me, Colt Sebastian Taylor again. You remember me from the last break. Yes, this session is again on break. Could be 5 minutes, could be 20 minutes. Depends on how much liquids everyone has had before the actual session. But you're probably yourself, hey Colt, what happens throughout the week with the Longshots? Well, my friends, go below, join the Discord channel, and you won't miss a thing. It's basically lots of memes and people kind of poking fun at each other, but it's a very fun little Discord channel. You can keep up with us and listen to us between the breaks as well on the live voice chat. Maybe remind us of certain abilities we may have, stuff like that. So go below, join the Discord channel, and then, of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, then subscribe to the podcast. And if you're listening to us on the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right, shall we get back? I hope things are going well. I'm sure they are. And we're back.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. We open our scene where Rue is getting her reward a lot sooner than she thought she would, as you guys pop in for a nice piping hot cup of joe.
So Burt will kind of walk up to the counter. How fancy of a coffee shop is this?
It looks like a 1940s, 50s soda jerk place, like straight up out of Happy Days. The main guy he's got suit pants, a white shirt tucked into it, a very nice flat cap, thin pencil mustache, and an apron, like nicely ironed and everything, crisply tied behind his back. He's got a pencil in his ear and a notepad.
Oh, yes. Welcome. How can I help you?
Hello, fellow friend. He's going to start speaking very slowly to make sure that this guy understands it.
Did someone kick you in the head? Are you okay?
I don't understand you. I would like to order 2 coffees for me and my friend.
Rue is going to interrupt and say that she can order for herself, actually.
I would like to order 1 coffee for myself.
I want to think this is like Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, where he goes, "Do you understand the words going out of my mouth?"
I love that scene.
Would you like the cream in your coffee?
What are you going to put in my coffee?
The cream.
What is that?
Is milk.
Why would you put milk in? I just want it, just the coffee part, please.
Oui. Okay. Mademoiselle?
So how expensive is this menu?
Our finest coffee is 1 gold piece per cup. But it
No,
is.
expensive. Like how many items?
Oh, extensive. Got it. There's about, I'd say a good 25 distinct coffees.
Perfect. So she is gonna look the man dead in the eye and say, "My dad told me that he'd buy me whatever I wanted today. I'd like to try one of each."
Oh. Then please, take this table and we'll be right with you. Boys! He does a 2-clap thing. Let's get to work! And
God.
behind the counter, did you guys ever play Monster Hunter?
Yes, I love Monster Hunter.
There's a stream of small tabaxi-like palicos that are all coming out to whip up a batch of every single coffee. Burt, you'll get yours first, which is in a comically tiny cup for Burt's meaty hands on a saucer. It's an espresso. It's slid across the
Drinks
table.
like this.
He
do they
looks at you
sell-
expectantly.
I'm assuming his index finger is too meaty to stick through this little hole, so he's gonna use his pinky instead, and it's gonna look really awkward. Do they sell orange mocha frappuccinos at this establishment?
It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Could we make it in the realm of possibility? Because I want to totally bring one home for Colt.
Got it. And your name is
Burt Reynolds.
Bert. Okay, Bert. We will bring it right out.
I'm gonna lean over to Rue and say, "Why does he say my name like that?"
Why did you give him your real name?
Wait, what is my real name?
It's Bert. You never give out your real name.
Oh, why did I give him my real name? Sorry, out of character. I didn't hear that correctly. Excuse me. And he'll kind of scooch back out of his chair, stick his chest out, and yell across the room, "I'm sorry, it's Captain Bertram Reynolds to you, good friend." Is that better?
Rue's gonna roll her eyes and mutter about you being an amateur.
A small tabaxi brings out your first 5 drinks, and we'll continue to keep bringing you out a flight of drinks. Was there anything else in particular you guys were going to be doing at the cafe?
Not sharing.
Bertram will be preparing to resuscitate Rue from cardiac arrest.
After consuming 25 different coffees, your speed will increase by 5.
Nice.
For how long? An hour?
Roughly.
Literally the effects of the haste spell.
All right. Back inside the double-decker trailer mansion, where Colt is having a mental breakdown.
Yes. I think at some point, I mean, he's on the floor. I think Vel's behind him, and he kind of like just has her arm. He's like holding her arms to have them like wrapped around him, just sort of trying to get a normal breathing cadence down, which she helps him with because their roles have been reversed in the past where she's freaked out about something. But I think this is probably the most messed up she has seen him in terms of just mental anguish here. And
yeah, and Vel's freaking out because she doesn't know how to help him, but she's trying to remain calm on the exterior to like keep Colt calm and get Colt calmer and stuff.
yeah, I think she feels just his heart racing. But eventually he gets to the point where he can actually talk without sounding like a 5-year-old. And he'll go. He just shakes his head, and his hair is unbraided, his hat's to the side, and he goes, "I saw him, saw Alistair, and he was telling me that I couldn't trust anyone, and it just made so much sense. And when you showed up, he said you lied." And I know that's not true, but like it made sense. And then you did the thing, and I realized what happened, and came back here, and I saw Eliza, I guess, and just thought that she had done it to me, but sighed softly. I guess that's not true.
No. Not if you saw Alistair.
No.
Can I do some sort of, like, with my experience with magic, can I do some sort of, like, arcana or something to try and figure out if the spirit is still of Alistair is still lingering in Colt?
You guys can both give me investigation checks, which is the best thing I could have you do right now. We're looking back at everything we've done on our adventure as to what could be happening to him right now.
18.
I've got a 19.
Okay.
And I'm gonna bin luck so that just in case it helps getting above a 20. Because why not? Because I can give someone a D4 as a reaction. I don't know if it would help, but
You'll never know until it happens.
Are you giving it to me or
Yeah.
yourself? Oh, yourself. Oh, that's good.
I was gonna give it to myself because then even if it's a 1, at least I got a 20 because I feel like that's a common DC for high level DCs.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a 22.
Perfect. Of all the things that Colt and or the gang could have encountered over their time, sure, I guess the presence of Alistair is definitely one possibility. Perhaps even Ezekiel, that's another possibility. There's, however, a third thing that constantly had you guys rolling wisdom saves and attempting to fuck with your brains, and that was the Stone of Golor. Just as equally, you think, sure, it could have been Alistair, could have been Ezekiel, could also be the Stone of Golor.
Those two things are dead. Diminished.
Okay.
I want to say, can we have like both Colt and Vel like come to the realization at the same time and just kind of look at each other and go, "Motherfucker."
Yeah. I'm like, does Ametrine still have the stone?
Where the fuck is Ametrine?
We need to find her before it gets her. I pull out I'm like, are you okay to... Let's talk about this later! And find Ametrine? Because this could be a real issue if it's controls.
This could be a big fucking issue. We've had that
Oh.
thing forever.
Who are you, Daryl
Yeah.
Wilson?
Oh my god, yeah. I just finished watching season 1 and I am like on like episode 9 of season 2.
Of what?
I
Wasn't
also just finished season 1.
Really? Oh my
Hell
god.
yeah!
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so
I-
good. Anyway,
I
sorry,
guess
we need
I'll
to talk about that
finish
later.
this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Colt will get up. He'll pull her up. Before they go, he'll look at her like really intensely in the eyes, and put his forehead against hers, and he says, "I am so sorry, but thank you, my sister, for saving me." And he hugs her as tightly as ever.
She hugs him back equally tightly and says, "And thank you for saving me."
And then I think
very firmly, like-
she'll see him sort of mentally brush himself off. Eyes are still bloodshot. He's probably still like a little snot going on, but like he looks like he's back to even keel again. We gotta find
If you ever
Ametrine.
need to talk, let your emotions out in a healthy way. You know, I'm always here for you. But yes, we have to find Ametrine now. Oh my god! Wait, my dogs are being annoying.
And that's pets.
Fucking
They keep
still.
coming up to me and putting their paws up, like, "Come play with me," and I'm like, "No,
Aw.
I'm busy. Go away."
Oh, I get that all the time. Someone is sitting
They're
right
big
here.
dogs, and Bruce is.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in an armchair, and Bruce is trying to climb up
That
onto
is-
it with me, and he's a Hunterway like border collie cross, and he is too big to fit in the chair with me.
Aw,
But he is a good boy, though.
but he is a good boy.
Such a good boy. Did you hear that? Everyone says you're a good boy. Anyway, sorry for
Val-
yet another interruption.
And now he's really not going to leave you alone.
Oh no.
Val, I feel like perhaps you need to properly introduce me to your mother.
Sure, but first, let's figure out where Ametrine is. This hammer.
Yes.
Let me show you what this hammer does now with the blood of everyone in the universe.
Wait,
She's
what?
ignoring the
What?
fact that that's not entirely
What?
factually correct. She pulls out the hammer.
The fuck?
Oh yeah, Theron came back. He might be down there too, or he might have gone back home.
That motherfucker.
We don't like
and
them.
she pulls out the hammer and looks for Ametrine.
The image this time is a little fuzzy. Like, oh my god, do you remember CRT TV? Like you're
What?
on the snow channel
I'm
of a tube
22.
TV.
I don't know. I think
Oh.
that's before my time. How old are you?
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
talking about the
Rude.
static? I think you like
The static on a tube
What?
TV.
What?
Yeah.
Like
Tube
it shuts
TV.
off after a certain time.
Wait, noise.
It's a TV with an actual. Never mind. Anyway,
It's pre-satellite. Pre-satellite.
It's
Analog-
the heaviest
analog
thing you will
antenna.
ever lift in your entire life.
yeah, it's the heaviest piece of furniture your family would have owned.
Oh my god, box TV, no.
You know,
Yeah, well, it's kind of like a box TV. Yeah.
just to sidetrack for 30 seconds, in the Philadelphia area, in the 80s and 90s, there was one specific channel that was like a premium channel that no one had except for rich families. And it was called Channel 5 Prism. And every once in a while, I will reference that during a comedy show. And it is a fucking drop off of demographic that will get that joke. Like, if you're like 35, gets it. 34, no idea what I'm talking about.
Oh my god. So yeah, it's a little staticky, but it seems like she's walking through a field with about 7 other people. One of them being Star. Looks like the Marivaldi and Neverwinter alliance, along with 4 other armored individuals.
But we'll go,
They seem to
what?
be approaching a large tower.
What the fuck is Ametrine doing with Star, Reyna, and fucking Celise? Why don't I know
I
about
mean,
this?
I know that I was worried about you and tried to send a message to Star. We did notice things were off before the big showdown. So perhaps that's why.
I'm going to have a long fucking talk with her next time I fucking see her.
I wonder if this hammer, now that it's powered up, would actually take us directly to her.
Maybe we should check in with others before we like fucking pop off, because Ametrine obviously decided to go off without telling anyone, totally irresponsibility, and probably almost got herself killed. Just
She
assuming.
said she'd be back by dinner. It's nearly dinner time. She'll be back soon.
Okay, we'll see what happens. She's a fucking loose cannon.
And at the end, we walk. Actually, I will walk downstairs with Colt to introduce him to Eliza with Eliad.
I would assume that Elian and Eliza are just talking right now.
Indeed. And she'll kind of look up your all's direction, be like, oh. Does like fake tear gestures down her cheeks, and she's like, you
Oh, good.
You
We're
all
gonna talk
good?
about it later. We've got other problems.
Colt is visibly annoyed.
Oh god.
But first, Eliza, my mother, meet Colt, my brother from another mother.
Technically.
Literally.
You don't seem to remember who I am.
He's the one who I told you about, who I didn't want to tell you about or tell him about you because I'm
I
afraid.
figured his reaction was about what you said it would be.
Yeah.
That wasn't his reaction.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
something else.
Also, cafe
So first of
crew,
all, he was
what were you doing after your drinks?
possessed.
Cafe crew.
I would have picked out my least favorite one and ordered another one of it to bring back to Colt.
Excellent. Would you guys be on your way back? Or are you making any other detours?
Well, I'm gonna have to stop to pee about every 2.5 minutes.
That checks out.
Papa squat in the alley.
Was there an orange mocha frappuccino?
There was.
I am bringing that back for Colt as well. Colt's gonna have so
Excellent.
much caffeine.
Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. Continue downstairs. I wanted to make sure they were on their way so I could have them enter scene at an appropriate point.
I think Colt would kind of like size up Eliza, knowing that she wasn't responsible, but still not forgetting everything that her previous form did.
This is Eliza from a different
Yeah.
from before that happened.
So,
Basically.
Colt, this is I don't know how much you know because I don't remember what I told you or what you've seen, but this is not the same person, I guess you could say, as the other one with timelines and also just like, you know, with everything. Like, what was that?
My dog.
Oh,
That was like an alien sound.
there's a
He makes just low
puppy.
growling sound like he
He's
comes
just a
right up to my
puppy.
face and he goes when he wants me to pet him.
Aw, he's just a puppy. Yeah. So he'll just like yeah like it's completely different person. She has no recollect. Like it wasn't her.
Colt will say in Elvish.
Can understand. We can all understand Elvish. There's
Heavily,
no reason.
heavily accented from where
Excuse
she's
me.
from.
I can't understand Elvish, so that's maybe the point.
Okay.
He will say, well, I guess we'll see, fellow exile.
Kind
It's
of
not
furs her brow. Exile?
From the Emil Empire. We are in Neverwinter.
It's kind of like... What?
Okay. Can I inside check to see if she's actually confused? Although I know that she is, but let's see how much I believe it.
Ellen
Sure.
would have said to like, yeah, this doesn't have anything to do. That's not it at all.
Yeah.
She would tell Colt that. Like he would tell Colt that.
Colt will kind of like be less tense and kind of nod and kind of look at Elian and Vel and say to them, well, I trust you two, and if you two feel that your mother is not who she previously was, then kind of bows his head. I will believe you.
And you will. Sorry to have this assumption of you or anything, but
no. Say it.
you will not sleep with her. I
thought you were going.
or kill her.
No,
I don't
no
want that
stabbing
either.
or sleeping with our mother. She's basically your stepmom, so that was
Stabbing or
weird.
sleep. Colt. I'm really sorry I didn't tell you, but I was really afraid to tell you because of those two reasons. That either you were going to kill her or you're going to sleep with her, and I didn't know what
To
to
be honest,
think.
it seemed
So
like it was a
I'm
more
sorry.
strongly like the sleeping one with her
Yeah,
one seemed to be your
because
worst fear.
To be fair, you tried to sleep with her when she was a terrible person, and now that she's a good person, I don't want to know where that goes. Maybe you like the bad people, though. I don't know.
What would I have to roll to get like a vibe check from her?
She is not about to sleep with you. I will not let that happen.
I'm just curious.
She seems amused with the conversation at hand.
Okay. I am also equally amused. Cole is also equally amused. I would say, depending on folks' passive perspective, probably just a hint of blush. They're both talking to him at the same time, equally concerned about him killing her and or sleeping with her. Slightly embarrassed that neither one is more likely than the other.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'd be more worried about the sleeping one without a curse.
Mm-hmm.
Colt will say,
Don't deny it. Don't deny it.
I understand.
Good. And I will not, like, I'm so dead serious. Like, Elian, like he's looking at Colt in his eye. He's like, I'm so dead serious. If you sleep with my fucking mother.
And that's when Burt walks in.
That's good. I like that. That's good.
You just open up the door with coffees in your hand and you hear, if you fucking sleep with my mother.
And hello, hey Colt, I got you an orange mocha frappuccino. Where are you?
I have, oddly enough, never been happier to see you.
Where's Theron again? Sorry?
Did he just go back to his universe?
I'm glad you asked, because out in the courtyard, just over the hole that goes so deep down into the earth it is almost uncalculatable.
It's 500 feet.
Yeah. Theron has been
building a perimeter
Okay.
fence, like a bit of railing so nobody falls in.
Okay, good. So he's not anywhere near us. Because I would like to make it clear that the second that Elion sees Theron come near while Eliza's around, he's gonna like either size him up or like pin him against the wall, something, and like make it super clear that he's not to like lay a finger on like Eliza or like, you know, to back off, to make that super clear if that happens. But
So Burt will walk over to Colt and lay one of his massive hands on his shoulder, and it's so big, like it might as well be the size of his face.
Fucking hand.
that's crazy.
He'll say, "Colt, you look a little peckish. I've got a pick-me-up for you," and he'll hand him the orange mocha frappuccino. It's orange, like your beard, kind of.
Okay.
They'll walk
my
away.
God.
Thank you.
So is Meow on the other hand? No.
He'll look at Elian and Meow. Elian and
Shit.
Yeah, too much blackberry whiskey. Vel, look at Vel and Elian, and then Eliza, and go, I will not do anything. Pause for a moment. I will in no manner or any way have anything from me penetrate your mother. Boom. And walks off.
It's not the only sexual thing that can. I turn to Eliza. I'm like, if you sleep with Colt, I'll disown you.
Okay, like I don't. He looks at Eliza like, I don't think that you would sleep with Colt. I think you're above that.
Oh, I don't know.
But if you,
please, he's not good enough for you.
He's pretty handsome.
Please don't. We've had this conversation. Like he's like, we've had this talk.
Charming,
like we talked about this, and
warrior.
I know you know how I
Kind of
feel about
chuckles.
this.
I prefer mages.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
See.
Sure.
Just let's make all of our friends off limits.
Yeah. No. Don't. Yeah. Please don't. I'm not. I don't even want to talk about this.
Does that include Matthew?
Yes.
Of course.
Oh, no. Just say.
Oh my god.
Boltwood.
Holy shit, Matthew is like not only Val's
That's
friend but
basically
Elian's
like
partner.
son-in-law. That's like son-in-law shit.
Yeah,
right
like
there.
holy shit.
That is son-in-law
Anyway,
stuff.
now that everyone's here, Val will be like, we definitely need to find Ametrine. She's with
Yes.
Star, but she also has this cursed rock that could make her kill everyone.
Oh,
God, yeah, that's right. Yes.
that's not good. He would use it unintentionally.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, so I have this magic hammer, and I'm not sure. I know it's transported us before, and it's got a really much clearer picture of where people are now. So I want everyone to hold on to me, and I'm going to concentrate. This may look very stupid, but I'm going to try and go to where this hammer is showing me just by like thinking really hard about it, and see if everyone who's touching me can come along.
All right.
So like link hands and will touch me or whatever.
So your tattoo is going to begin to glow.
We'll be right back. Hang out with Matthew.
Tez is already, he's on the ladder with Matthew.
Yeah,
right
Tess is already with Matthew.
They're
Val
gonna
feels
come
slightly uncomfortable about that.
downstairs
She doesn't
and
know
be
why.
like,
She's
hello?
Val, you
I like
okay?
to think when we're not there,
Yeah,
Tez and Matt.
Val looks really constipated because she's concentrating so hard on like where they're going.
Yeah, Val, are you okay?
I want to think that when we're not there, Tez, Matthew, and Statue Thane
Oh god.
like get illegal fireworks and set them off.
No, that's so like okay. Yeah.
Especially now that there's a giant hole, they can just drop cherry bombs down there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, half of your hit dice are going to be gone, which is fine. You'll get those back on a long rest. But you each begin to kind of 90s Mighty Morphin Power Rangers color stretch yourself up into the sky. Once again, I need a percentile check.
From Just Val?
From Just Vel. She's navigating.
Okay, good.
Technically.
she's way too confident about this for someone who got a 35. I don't know what percentile is supposed to be. What's good or bad, but that seems bad.
So, Ametrine, you've been traveling from the train for about an hour now. It's taken you this long.
During that time, I just want to like reach out to the Stone of Golar and just say, like, no. Thank you so much. Like, you've been such a wonderful friend.
That's like really fucked up.
It's
of course.
You have no idea how much I appreciate you being around. You're such a wonderful person, and incredibly helpful.
When you have timeless knowledge such as myself, it is nice to be able to share.
And I just love listening to your voice, and Whisper.
Big fucking Ametrine next week.
Thank you. I promise. Once we'll find you a nice pond for you, or we can aboleths live underwater, right?
They can.
I mean, for you, my friend, I would take you to the ocean.
Good.
I would swim for you.
I await the day.
Soon, I promise. Yeah.
Don't like it at all.
And then maybe about 60 to 120 feet in front of you, sort of haphazardly, this like spectrum of colors just crashes into the ground, poofing dust clouds off.
Hey!
Oh!
Ametrine, you're late for dinner.
Hi!
Shit.
Time to get you for
Was
dinner.
I?
You're late for dinner.
I don't feel hungry yet.
Everyone get away from Ametrine!
No, everyone get closer to Ametrine and help her out. Ametrine, where's the pretty stone with the voice?
You mean Whisper?
Yeah, probably.
Right here. Why?
Can you give it a name?
I grab it and...
No.
Ametrine,
Just-
you hear a voice. They want my secrets for themselves.
Oh no.
Do not let them take me.
No.
Can I... Because I'm not sure if it would be very effective use of my time to be looking through all these spells. Is there a spell I know that would destroy this rock that's 8th level or lower?
You can do Arcana, though it would be pretty high because it's a very obscure spell, the one that it would actually do that.
I got a 16. I'm gonna bin luck just to give myself a d4. Although I feel like I have a different feature for ability checks than Tides of Chaos. Hang on, I promise it'll be like 1 moment. I can spend 1 sorcery point to reroll the d20. So I'm gonna do that. So basically, for an ability check, I can do that for no action.
All right.
So I'm just gonna reroll that. Essentially, give myself advantage. And I got a 17. And because it's not, as far as I can understand, a reaction, but I do have to use that new roll, I can still use my reaction to add the d4, right?
Uh-huh.
That's a 1. So that ends up being, I think, an 18 total.
Okay.
While they're talking, can I signal using Thieves' Cant to Star to she needs to back off away from Ametrine with everyone?
Sure. She kind of holds a hand up to the rest of the group to kind of just slowly start
yeah
walking backward.
Ametrine just looks
I'm gonna
really
help with Ametrine.
confused. This just looks really confused. What?
And then Vel, you would know that it would need to be a spell that would affect aberrations. It seems like if you could focus on the type of creature that an aboleth is, perhaps you could destroy the stone that way. Although you do also know that your hammer was able to destroy a magical item, so perhaps that may work too.
In which case, I'm going to try and swing at the stone with the hammer first, because I can feel how volatile the wish spell can be. So
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to try to take the stone from her.
Yeah, so that might be the first thing. Then, so yeah, I'm just gonna try and snatch it from her.
I'm assuming this is what?
Just
athletical.
I don't know.
DM, what's the contested roll?
Let's see.
I mean, is she okay? I guess she's holding it.
No.
She?
Yeah, well, no, I'm just gonna look at Ametrine. I'm like, trust me, we need to grab this. This is for everyone's safety.
No.
And try and get her to trust me, and then
no,
snatch it anyway.
Let's go with competing strength athletics checks.
Okay, well, that's a +0 for me, but I don't know if Ametrine's very good at that either.
No.
Natural 20.
Nice. Good job. Oh, 2. That's crazy.
Val, please just give it back. No, please. Don't.
Val, throws it on the ground and then hits it with the hammer.
No, Val!
As hard as I can.
Nasty, just steaming green light pours out of the stone, and this kind of nasty, foul-smelling goo kind of just works its way up into the air, and it goes free, and it jets off.
Cool. Well, we did say we were gonna free him.
Man, that's gonna come back to bite us in the ass later. I know it.
Damn.
Shit.
Congratulations.
And Ametrine is now traumatized.
Congratulations, everyone gained a level.
Ooh.
Yay.
Seriously?
Holy shit.
Colt's gonna go up to Ametrine, who's he's gonna assume is very upset. And he'll say, Ametrine, that stone almost made me kill Valhalla.
No, it didn't.
It did.
It wouldn't. No, it wouldn't do that.
It messes with people's minds. We both know that happens. And
is Ametrine still magically affected by the lingering effects of the curse?
You don't know?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder and cast Identify.
She shrugs it off.
Oh.
Don't.
Well, then I'm going to, I guess, make an Identify attack. I want to try to grab her and cast Identify to see if she's been cursed by it.
So you want to grapple her and identify?
Yes.
Colt, I don't want to be touched right now. I'm very angry at you.
A, I didn't do that, and B, you could be affected by that thing.
I'm not, okay?
Okay, let me check.
Whisper wouldn't do that to me.
Who do you trust more? Your longtime friend, or a rock that talks to you magically in your head and sometimes curses you to forget about what you said?
He's never done that to me.
But he's done it to your good friend. That you remember.
Yeah.
You know what? He's been so much more honest with me than any of you have.
That you believe if he hasn't been messing with your mind. He is a mind-based creature. He knows your deepest fears. Let me just, for our own peace of mind, check you to make sure there isn't a lingering curse on you.
No.
Ametrine, I have been very vulnerable with you recently, I feel, just with the ship and just with everything. And you are somebody who knows so much about me, more than others, especially in this group. And I feel that just I'm saying basically I trust you. I would really appreciate it if you would trust us the same.
I do.
We just want to make sure, and if nothing's there, then that'll be that. But
Alien saw how
yeah, it was not
impacted I was by that stone.
It was very frightening. I thought something terrible was going to happen. And I didn't know whether I should attack Colt or if I should restrain him or what. Like, I didn't know what to do in that situation, and I would hate for something like that to happen to you.
And the first thing we thought of was
better
you.
safe than sorry.
That wasn't Whisperer, okay? That wasn't.
Did you name the stone, or did the stone give you that name too?
The stone gave me that name.
Yeah. Ametrine, I think the stone is playing with your kindness and trying to manipulate you into thinking.
You're not listening to me. You're not nobody listens to me.
I'm listening. Say what you want to say.
No, you're not. That wasn't Whisperer, okay?
Why?
It was Alistair's anger.
Meaning?
So, you see, it didn't click to me until after we killed Ezekiel. He talked about Scion. And so I did a bit of digging with the help of Whisperer. And we found out a few things that you guys just don't know. I haven't.
Tell us.
I'm sorry for not listening to you before doing anything, but just so you know, Ametrine, I didn't kill Whispering or hurt them. I just freed them. So they're probably happier, and they chose not to stick around and be your friends. So just pointing that out.
Yeah, that is something to consider.
Well, maybe he didn't feel safe. He said that you were going to take him and hurt him. So
Ametrine.
Only because he hurt us.
Ametrine, you can hear my song, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can read my thoughts in my mind, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to let me open myself up to you so you can see and hear and learn what I learned when I cast Identify on you. So we both know that either you are fine or there's something lingering that needs to be taken care of.
The only thing that's lingering is your father.
Well,
okay?
Possibly.
What can it hurt to let Colt do this?
I mean, didn't you say Colt was talking to somebody? If it was the stone, how could he have been talking to the stone if it was this Ametrine the entire time? I did see him too. He was talking to somebody, and he looked.
Yeah, and
really
it may
upset.
not be the stone, but the stone is not a great thing. Certainly affects us with mind magic.
It kind of was helping us, I feel. I feel like Ametrine got a lot of information from that stone.
Not just that, okay? Scion is connected to Avacyn, okay? Scion's like the being of destruction, and he's here in Eberron.
Are you upset with
I've never heard of Eberron before.
Are you upset with the possibility that this stone could not have been honest with you? That's why you do not want me to do this Identify? That you've been perhaps bamboozled by it? Like we were? I trusted it. And I almost killed my sister. It's okay it's okay to be fooled by people.
I feel angry that you don't trust me, that you're doubting what I'm saying. And I feel alone. And I want to put my faith in Whisperer. But
Okay.
I find that a little hurtful, personally.
I
Well,
feel
I
like
can understand that. If Whisper was your
Ametrine.
friend too.
Yeah, Ametrine has
I
every
didn't
right to feel
understand
this
that.
way.
I didn't understand that you saw Whisper as a friend. You know what? My hammer can show you where he is and what he's doing so you can see that he's okay. Do you like that?
no,
Okay, that's fine.
because
I think we should have listened to her before doing that.
Possibly, and I'm sorry, Ametrine, we all make mistakes, but hey, at least no one actually got hurt during this one. And you still have 2 halves or like a crushed rock. I don't know what it ends up looking like after the hammer. But there's like any
The rock itself disintegrated.
Okay, I pick up a bit of dust and I'm like, still got like some of your rock, maybe? I can find you more rocks. I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings.
Thank you. I wish you guys would trust me.
Yeah, I think there's something we all have to work on, but...
I mean, could you at least recognize that once I almost killed Vel, and we thought, holy shit, the thing that made me do this, Ametrine is holding that. We all rushed here as quickly as possible because we all fucking love you. We came here
I panicked
because
and I thought you were in danger.
I thought you were in danger too, because I would never shoot and stab this tiefling, and yet I fucking did about half an hour ago.
But it doesn't mean that it was the stone. Just even though we were worried, doesn't justify the actions that we did.
Yeah. You know what? Hey, Colt, how many times can you cast Identify per day?
Technically once.
Okay. Never mind.
I've done it once, so...
I mean, have you checked Vel over? She hasn't. She touched it too.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, like, check us all over if you can.
I will check. I will check Vel. If I check Vel, listen, Emily. If I check Vel, and there's something stone related with her, will you then at least give some credence to our concern?
I just feel like you're directing your anger and your blame onto people who don't deserve it.
That is a valid concern.
And we should listen to you more, but we want to make sure that nothing's wrong with anyone's heads at the moment, including ours.
So
Colt and I do.
Colt puts his hands on Vel's shoulder, and he looks at Ametrine and he goes, Can you hear my song right now? So you can learn what I learn at the same time. So I don't want you to have any sense that I'm trying to deceive you. That's how important I feel this is. That I'm going to make no attempts to deceive you or put up any of my walls. Okay?
I know you aren't.
Well, I know you say that, but I want to state that because I can be tricky, but just so everyone knows. So we'll do Identify on Vel and see if he can pick up any lingering stone-related aboleth curses.
Nope. No curses. No curses anywhere.
No lingering effects from the aboleth.
Out of
Nope,
character, I really don't think
the
it was
only
the
one.
stone. I think it was just Alistair.
That's
Yeah, but Val was just like
No, I know. I'm
really
just saying
worried
out of character.
and acting out of like.
Oh no,
yeah,
yeah,
I
you're
was like, I'm pretty sure the stone wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, it had a very clear thing that it was doing. But yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, she's clear.
So it wasn't the stone.
Well, it didn't affect me, but we would be appreciative if he could also do the same to you, just to check.
Tomorrow.
And we will listen to you a lot more anyway, but we would appreciate it if we would be able to do this.
Can I take him DM Can I take a moment and just reach into that place of isolation to see if I can feel that voice?
You do so, and you no longer hear that voice.
Yeah. Ametrine just immediately feels very alone. Okay. But I don't think you'll find anything.
What voice was? Well, I mean, Colt doesn't know what the fuck you're doing, so that's all I'm saying. But I'm not gonna.
No. Like all the group saw was like her kind of like staring off into space for a moment, and then she'll just kind of shake her head, and she again won't not looking at you, just say okay. But I really don't think you're gonna find anything. And if you try to touch her, she won't fight.
Well, I can't do it again. So Colt will look around, go circling back. Looks at Star, Celeste, Rena. What the fuck is going on here?
Also, Colt, have you heard of Eberron before? Because apparently we're in Eberron.
No, I've never been fucking here before. What the hell is that? What are those wagons stuck together on metal?
It's a train. It's the same thing. It's the same thing that Alex was playing with.
I don't know what that is.
Or Xander?
Playing with a bunch of blocks.
Xander. Yeah, Xander.
It's a large connected series of cars that have air elementals bound to the bottom that allow them to scoot effortlessly on steel tracks.
Do you pay the air elementals?
Cool, great,
We
awesome.
don't.
Cool, awesome. What the fuck are you doing here?
Val Val's like, cool, so we're all good here, and starts towards the train to go free the air elementals.
She goes, do you pay a familiar?
I don't have a familiar.
Well, just does one generally pay familiars?
Either pays or takes care of. Generally, there should be some. I believe that there should be some sort of exchange of goods and services.
They get to go really fast and have a good time, and we get where we're going.
Oh, let me ever talk to them.
You can try, but they don't speak.
Well, then how do you know that they're having a good time?
They haven't broken free or killed anyone.
And how easy have you made it for them to break free?
I didn't make it.
So you've imprisoned these creatures.
I think they're kind of like horses, Valhalla.
Val, don't you think you fixed enough problems today?
Well, okay.
Shit. Oh shit.
Val looks really sad and just drops back and doesn't respond, or she turns away from the train at that and just silently drops back.
She looks over towards Burt, Star that is. You know, Captain Reynolds, you normally have a way with words. Perhaps now would be a time for one of your famous things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Famous what?
She just keeps rolling her hands and doesn't know exactly what to say, so she goes, things.
He'll
have a moment.
He'll kind of raise an eyebrow and just slurp his coffee.
Like the bottom part of it, we're just making a fuck ton of noise.
I think during all this, Colt will probably walk off about 20 feet, and then once makes eye contact with Star, just goes, just points down, I want to fucking talk to you right now.
She goes, it's fine. You can talk amongst friends.
Just points again.
Saunters over.
What the fuck is going on here? You and I are supposed to be partners, and you and I are supposed to keep each other's relatively fucking in the loop of what's going on here. I don't need to know what the fuck, who you're doing with, who you're doing, but generally where you are does include what fucking plane of existence you are.
Well, you guys have people that can scry on you all the time. You're on terribly fraught with peril adventures, and the way I just heard it, you were just cursed. It's probably a good thing I didn't let you know where I was. I'm sure you could agree.
Colt takes a deep breath and like puts his hands on his hips. Okay, fine. I trust you and I love you, but like...
There are some things that I must keep secret because they are quite top secret.
Okay.
That being said, now that you're here, I was here to capture a thing they call a battleship. It's like a floating boat made completely of iron and steel.
I'll take a step closer and say, is there... He kind of looks at everyone and looks at her. Anything floating about here that I need to be mindful of?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I mean, there is that. She gestures at the tower. Sort of erupted from the ground as we were moving by.
Okay. Just want to know if you're being a scorpion or if you're being an alligator.
She looks up towards the tower and she goes, Currently a falcon.
Alright, sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you. I almost killed Valhalla, so I'm a little frazzled.
She just instinctively slaps you.
Ah!
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Fucking Alistair was talking to me, and it made sense at the time, and I'm pretty sure it's that goddamn stone. Although, Ametrine is like, gets attached to things that are fucking toxic, which is probably why she loves both of us.
She screams back to Rue, Mark him down for a psych evaluation in your report.
Don't put that down at all, you motherfucker! You... Oh...
Rue's gonna yell back that she already wrote that down day one.
Fuck, you know what? Fuck everyone.
Yeah, he needs a good therapist. Do you know someone?
I do, in fact.
I do not like this day. I do not like this day.
Go ahead, Bert. I'm sorry.
Just the mention of that, Bert will be just heartily chuckling in the background, sipping his cup.
All right.
So she kind of shrugs. There's a lot of emotion here, a lot of hurt feelings, a destroyed magical artifact. We all good?
I would have pulled Ametrine aside for a minute while Colt was talking to Star.
Go ahead.
So he would have pulled Ametrine aside and just been like, I was saying this kind of before. I feel like I didn't really articulate my point very well, though. But my point is, I just want to say it again. I do fully trust you. I don't trust many people, given my past and just, everything. But I do completely trust you. And it's not a matter of that we don't trust you for this particular thing. It's just that sometimes, we don't know. We believe what we believe. Sometimes what we believe isn't necessarily the real thing. Does that make any sense? Like, it could be real to us, but it could be something completely different, and we just want to make sure that, that everyone is safe and that you were safe. And I could tell that, I was watching them, Colt and Val were like, and not that I wasn't worried too, but I didn't really know what was going on. I just kind of got dragged here. But they were really worried about you. It's not that they don't trust you, and it's not that I don't trust you.
I understand, and I'm not. I do. I really do understand where you guys are coming from. It's still hurts. I just wish you guys would have trusted me and at least given me a chance
to explain,
to explain and to talk about it.
Yeah. And that's definitely something for next time. Not that I'm saying what we did was or what happened was justified at all, and that it was the right decision, because I don't really know what the right decisions are, but yeah, definitely a note would be to give you more time to explain yourself and talk next time.
And
Go ahead.
And nobody was hearing me.
He nods his head.
You know? Or listening. I felt really alone. And I thought you guys were supposed to be my friends, and it hurt. You know?
He's nodding along. What you're feeling is completely valid.
Thank you.
And we should have listened to you better. Especially since, and I don't mean to, like, pull it over to me, but I don't know exactly how you're feeling, but I do understand to an extent how you are feeling, because I have been in similar situations where, yeah, nobody would listen to me, and I felt very unheard and alone in those situations. And you know that because I've, you know, you just, you know, I know you know. But yeah, so it's definitely not a fun feeling at all. So it is. I lost my train of thought, but yeah, we're gonna. I will make sure there's an effort.
In a way. Because Eliza's like, or not Eliza, excuse me. I've jumped back and forth between settings a lot here recently. Star's gonna kind of like sidle on over, like halfway, not looking towards you to give you somewhat privacy, but it's like, hey, so here we are, middle of a foreign land, standing in a field. My train's over there, and a mysterious tower's over here. And I know we had a lot going on, but I want to let you know this is a dangerous place to be.
We've had worse.
Noted. Shall we get moving?
Says that Rue is just gonna look at Ametrine and be like, "Have you ever considered blue hair? I feel like it would look really good on you."
Ametrine will smile and just give her a really, really big hug.
Aw.
Rue is gonna be so startled that she doesn't even try to pickpocket you.
I missed you.
I missed you too, man. You should have come for coffee.
There was coffee?
So much coffee.
She drank a little too much.
Runs in the family.
And it's good to see you too, Bertram. It's good to see you too, Bert.
Sorry I didn't get you a cup.
I'm so thrilled to see you guys are both alive.
It's less good to see alive, right?
You know, I say the same thing to myself every day when I look in the mirror. Damn, it's good to be alive.
Oh my god.
And she'll take Elian's hand and just kind of telepathically say, thank you for listening. And we have more to talk about, but Star's right.
Yeah, sorry. He doesn't know how to reply telepathically. I don't even think he can, so he's just talking aloud.
No, he can't.
Okay. But he's like, yeah, I know I get kind of carried away with this stuff. I'm just trying to be more open with my communication recently, so. And I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Have you guys considered family therapy?
I've tried it, but also it was with Alistair, and then we had to kill him, so that wasn't a great thing.
I mean, I guess that could be therapeutic.
It wasn't. It was not therapy. I haven't slept since that day.
Well, in that case, maybe don't try therapy.
Star says, my dossier says you don't need to sleep.
Yeah, I don't need to sleep, and I choose not to sleep.
If you want to sleep, I can help protect you from any
Nope, I'm good.
nightmares.
I don't need to sleep. I'm good. I don't want to sleep. I'm good. I don't need to sleep.
She goes,
plus, it gives me some time
"Splendid."
away from Kel, and I don't want to talk
first
to him.
one to the tower gets the treasure. And
Last one, there's a rotten egg.
she snaps fingers and gets the rest of the renegades to follow suit.
Yeah.
Val trying to get out of like this emotional situation in which she knows she's done something wrong, immediately teleports 500 feet alone.
Striding out ahead. So to set the scene for you further, maybe about a good 500-600 feet forward. So I guess you would be teleporting now to the bottom of the steps. This large kind of whitewashed tower stretching maybe a good 4 stories. Almost stereotypical wizard tower, just one tall cylinder. But the doorway is a large double door. It's got a 2-foot radius seal or lock in the center. And in the center of that circle is about a 1-foot tall rectangular indent.
I'm sorry. Bert is with the group, right?
Yep.
Hey, I'll go up and examine it.
Rue's gonna trip them while they're running, though.
Challenge accepted. I'll do my acrobatics versus your. I don't know.
Vala's probably going to be the first one there investigating it, but yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, she just doesn't want him to beat her.
Well,
so what is it against?
I mean, I would imagine my acrobatics against maybe athletics.
Let's see. There is a thing for this. Crawl, jet, move, disarm, search, tumble. Run, high dodges, engage. I had one specifically for this that was mainly range grapple. Shove. Got it. Opposing strength checks.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate for you.
Strength athletics in particular.
Is dex for that? Because it's not really strength that's required to trip somebody. It's foot placement.
Yeah, but it's so I can argue that as well because you got to try to keep your foot stiff enough to trip him. But yeah, that's the shove action. Either move them 5 feet or make them prone by
It's at least
opposing
realistic.
opposing athletics check.
Yeah,
So
I mean it's pretty realistic. All right, let's see here.
I rolled a 21, so you can technically beat me if you have a +2.
I have a +0, so I'm not gonna roll. Tragic.
I imagine he just kind of makes contact with your foot or leg or whatever you're trying to trip me with, and he'll just kind of look down at his foot and look at you and just kind of push you aside.
Now, on the flip side, if you're disappointed with yourself, you could attempt to try something else there.
Could I try to hop on his back and yell, "Onward, steed"?
If he doesn't put up any resistance, then that's free.
At this point, he's just given up, so he'll just kind of sigh and just... Nay.
Perfect. You're faster.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Vel, investigation check while you're at the front door.
Gosh. 14.
You reckon your hammer could fit into the slot, like the head of the hammer, if you went psh.
I just do that. I don't wait for anyone.
Come on.
The walls of the tower glow a faint blue for a second. You hear a sort of great clank as the hammer is turned horizontal. And as the door begins to slide open, what sounds like a great foghorn erupts from the tower that seems to carry itself many, many, many miles from you. The door, slowly opening, reveals just a large, about, I would say, 50-foot radius inner sanctum upon which a single statue exists.
Val, upon hearing the horn, has put her hands behind her back and looking around like, well, I totally didn't do that. Whoops.
Colt's
Didn't mean to do that.
Colt's triple dashing to her, and
She won't enter until the Colt gets there at least. So she'll wait now, so that everyone can figure that out together.
Rue really wants to touch the statue.
I mean, he's gonna stop Vel, but Rue can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, Val's not gonna stop Rue, but she will follow Rue immediately behind Rue, or whoever first enters.
Maybe we should wait till everyone gets here. Triple dashers.
I'm assuming she's still riding me like a horse, so I assume
Correct.
Burt will go in the direction that she's steering him.
I wanted to bust out to save a horse, ride a cowboy so fucking bad. All right. But yeah, having all caught up to the entrance there, you want to go check out the statue, eh?
Yep, I'm touching it.
Every tile you step on as you walk in lights up just like a soft white, slowly illuminating the rest of the room. Which, again, there's nothing much there, but the tower itself is open air. You can look out and see the midday sunlight in the blue sky.
Oh, that's fun. He's gonna hop up and down on him on the way to the statue.
Hopscotch.
It's like the final part from Alien Ant Farm's Smooth Criminal cover where he's on the light up floor. Anyway, the statue itself has a small plaque in a language you don't know. Just
I can read it. I can read
it. Waiting for that. But the statue is of a just plainly robed individual with hood like half draped over the back of their head, long flowing hair coming down to just past their collarbone, and their hands are together in a fist over fist kind of. Everyone else can see this. I don't know if you've got. I mean, my video's not up in Discord, so I don't know if you can see me, but it just.
Is there a gap in the fist that looks like it would fit him holding a hammer? Or something?
There's indeed a gap in the fists if you were to look, and Rue could probably see that from her height.
Val's gonna try and take the hammer out of the hole. She just put it in there.
Is everyone here? Like, we all run at different paces. Is everyone here?
Yeah, everyone would be, because this isn't a thing that you could reach easily. This is a statue that's maybe 3 times the height of a person, so that's why you're able to easily see that there's holes through the hands, because you just have to look up.
How convenient.
I would like to read whatever's on the plaque.
All right. It says Ravnissa.
Ravnissa.
Oh, can we ask Victor if he knows who this guy is?
Oh yeah, Victor's alive in this timeline and not ripped to shreds.
Oh yeah.
Does Victor remember?
Victor, you know what this is?
Judging by the clothes, I would say possibly a guild pact of some sort.
Can Val grab the hammer out of the hole that she put it in to open the door?
Oh yeah, it actually didn't get stuck there. It just
okay, cool.
sort of like a maglock.
Awesome. Right. What's a guild pact thing?
They're the law keepers of Ravnissa. I was one myself. We basically set the rules and standards of Ravnissa and make them magically binding.
Out of curiosity, were you guys voted in, or is this more of like a
Colt.
kingship, or like a... Just curious.
What were you saying, Rhea?
Vibes.
Oh, Colt. Okay, I thought you were trying to talk to Colt. All right.
Well, we're typically chosen, although in
By who?
times and circumstances, usually Avison. Though there have been occasions where she has either been away or we've had to have one step down and they name a successor.
Did you have to wear a
Not a huge fan.
Yeah, uniform, sort of like that one.
Told you.
Points to the statue.
What do you think would happen, Victor, if I put this hammer into the hands of that lawmaker who is not elected, in which I disagree with, but that's besides the point.
Run that by me again. If you put the
Hammer
statue
in the
into the hammer.
hands.
Oh.
The hammer in the statue thing.
To aid those who didn't initially have planeswalking ability, we put gates on every world that Ravnica touched. Well, this could very well lead you there.
Would that help us?
I think. Are we sure we want to go to Ravnica right now?
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe.
Like, would that help us right now?
You know, Mittens wanted me to bring you guys to Avison after I explained everything when we were ready.
Might be a good person to check in with.
Maybe we should go talk to Avison before we play with gates.
Ametrine,
and talk to the gate warden.
Ametrine, I'm really sorry for hurting you, and I've been a bit impulsive lately with my actions, so I'd like you to hold the hammer and make that decision, because I don't know if I'll make the right one at the right time, and I just hold out the hammer to Ametrine.
Star goes,
sure?
Come on, we're so close, people. You've been
Star, you really
adventuring
don't like emotional connection, do you?
for how long? I'm sorry, but I just
Amatrine's just gonna kiss Star.
She's shocked for a second.
My
and
love.
is like,
My
thank
love.
you, but
Take a deep breath.
we're
There's
so
nowhere
close.
that we need to be. There's nowhere that we need to be that means we need to act impulsively, okay?
You talking about this isn't going to make us go any faster.
Yeah, but anyway, I trust you,
Have you heard our
Ametrine,
guild
so...
name? Long is in there.
Yeah, so you can have the hammer,
It's-
Ametrine, and she just passes it to Ametrine to, like, be like, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, Amatrine will take it. Oh, okay.
Hey, Rue, do you see anything valuable up there?
Unfortunately, no. I'm hoping there's a gift bag when we actually join.
Oh.
Star, if you and your people need to go and take care of the battleship, the Longshots, I think, can handle this. I really don't think there's going to be a lot of treasure here. I'm sorry to say.
It's all right. I could wait. This is a discovery worth witnessing.
Okay. Okay. So, I haven't told you guys everything, and she's just gonna, like, again, go through her whole PowerPoint TED Talk presentation of, like, what she's been up to. And all of her stuff. So, I'm gonna maybe we'll go talk to Mittens about this, and she'll take out her piece of chalk. She'll draw a circle on the wall. And just step through the chalk portal.
You make your way through a familiar series of swirling purple corridors that leads you to just one door. And when you open this one, instead of Minton's beautiful study, this is just a large weight room. And there is this absolutely swole tabaxi in a cut-off robe. Just... He looks over and goes,
Hey, what the hell?
Oh, I'm sorry for bothering you. We're looking for Mittens.
You're in the wrong realm, mate.
Oh, my bad.
Hold on.
Can you point us in the right direction?
Yeah. Let me just... He gets up off of the bench, wipes his furry face off. All right, hold on. Gosh. You know, We're really not supposed to be opening doors to each other's staircases. It's sort of a bit of a faux pas.
I'm sure
I
he'll
still have
understand.
his somewhere.
He kind of wags his hand through the air as these different door cases, Monsters Inc. themselves across the room.
What's your
ethereally.
name?
He looks over.
A lot of people like to call me Boots,
It's lovely
but I
to
don't
meet
like
you.
those people.
Well,
Oh.
what would you like us to call you for the brief moment that we are knowing you for?
Yeah. You know, I don't get a lot of visitors. I don't know, let me think on it.
We once knew a great man named Meow. Would you like to take on his name as well?
There's no way.
Sure,
Oh my god.
that's acceptable.
Meow
He was a
2.0.
great warrior. I also just think it's funny because he's a cat.
That's
In case that wasn't
hilarious.
clear.
That's hilarious.
Quite clear.
Because otherwise I probably wouldn't be giving away Meow's name, but Belle couldn't resist.
He'll spell it MEOW. All right. So, a old doorway is brought down, and he kind of knocks on it 3 times, and a sort of eye slit rolls back.
What do you want, smelly cat? Oh,
It peers through.
oh, it is you. It is all of you. How convenient.
Sorry, we took the long way.
What brought you to Smelly Boots Meat Palace?
His name's Meow now. Don't be mean to him. Bullying's not great.
You're right. I will reflect on this.
Seems like you guys don't see a lot of people, and like being nice to your colleagues is probably a good thing, considering how isolated you wind up from anyone else.
You know, as an ageless being, I never thought I would feel existential crisis, but I'm starting to feel a little crisisy.
Me too.
Every once in a while, it's probably good. So am I.
So,
Anyways,
I
can we
suppose
come
you
in?
were ready to go. Sure.
He kind of opens his door there.
Wipe your feet, please.
It was lovely to meet you, Mr. Meow.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Good to meet you too, Toots.
This goes back onto the
Did you
bench.
just randomly turn into Carl?
He was Carl from the get-go.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Into a
All right.
lovely and comfy, basically cat rendition of Dumbledore's office.
Love it. Oh my god, does he have that little vat of like where he puts his like memories in instead it's just yarn?
You know what? He does now.
Yeah, I'm fucking hilarious.
All right.
I'm sorry.
So, did you prepare yourself for the journey?
For the most part, I think we could use a little bit of a rest. I accidentally ended up in Eberron.
That would explain why you were in Meat Palace.
And everybody else kind of followed me.
They were probably worried.
Well, probably. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, so I think we could use a bit of a rest, but I think we're just about ready.
Splendid.
I've told everybody everything. Also, did you what do you know about the Raven?
Raven?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw another one of those outside Colt's window when he was sobbing in my arms.
Oh. I guess
She
I guess
says
she
casually.
I guess he's still watching.
That was before I killed the stone.
Yeah.
If that matters. I don't know. Val immediately feels bad about saying anything and just, like, steps back and shuts up.
No.
I mean, I know they are birds, unless you mean higher significance of raven.
I had right after we stopped talking the last time, you were cooking?
Oh, yes, it was very delicious, by the way.
Oh, was it? Oh. You didn't save me any, did you?
Time works
Considering
differently
it was-
around here.
Considering it was like today. Yeah, no, like this raven brought me to this place and there was golden strings that glowed and
Oh,
they all kind of
you
balled
had
up
a
into like this
rare meeting
knot.
with the Raven Queen.
She was very kind and gave me some wisdom to trust myself.
Ametrine, is that killed?
What? Sounds like
Is that the bird I killed?
Yes.
Fuck.
It's okay, I'm sure she forgives you.
I would do it again.
sounds like you have been chosen as champion, guider of fate.
Oh. I think it was just chance, personally.
Whatever you believe.
Yeah, so you know, this whisperer before he left gave me a bit of wisdom and saying that at least I'm pretty sure it was whisperer. He said that in order to face Scion, we needed to become more divine.
Well, I suppose
More
that
than
would help.
we are. Do you have any idea of how to achieve this?
Well, the process is known as mantling. You would first locate a deity and either destroy them or have their followers stop worshipping them, which then in turn would depower them. Although making your job a little easier, it would then make the results harder on yourself. You start going by the god's name, sort of doing things within its wheelhouse. For example, if you are god of the poor, watching after the poor is a good way to start until they start praising your name. The more followers, the more believers, the more power, and soon you are like any god of old.
I had a vision about the Longshots getting some sort of gift.
Sounds like a good vision.
I think it was Scion or Avison or both that gave it to us. I don't know. Anyways, maybe we should just take a bit of a rest and get ourselves together, if that's okay with you.
Just take all of the time you need.
Thank you. She'll give him a hug.
Well, I'm going to probably hit the proverbial hay myself. Enjoy, oh, wait. Yes, I don't really have guests over that much. Enjoy the office.
Do we get a Hogwarts-style room now, or do we just have to sleep on this?
You're gonna sleep on the floor in the office.
Beautiful.
It's at least carpeted.
Have fun, you guys. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. So you guys long resting it up.
I think depending
Ametrine will.
Yeah, what's Ametrine doing?
Ametrine's kind of a little bit separate from you guys. Is feeling a little bit hurt that you guys didn't trust her. But she will kind of like take Elian's hand and stick near him.
Do you want me to stay with you until you fall asleep?
Do you want to come with me?
Where? What?
To sleep. To dream.
No, not
I promise I will make it safe.
What does it exactly entail?
I mean, you fall asleep and we can dream together.
I don't know, Ametrine.
If you're not ready, that's okay.
I don't think yet. The last time I dreamed was I had to kill who I thought was going to be my father, so I'm not ready for that yet. But I'll stay with you until you fall asleep. I can hold your hand.
But, Elian...
How about a quick soul bond?
What is that?
It's fucking Rick and Morty, man.
Oh, no. I didn't finish Rick and Morty.
But you also met my family when you were asleep.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's right. I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
But, I mean, if you're not ready, I won't push you.
I think just maybe another day. We're kind of in a lot of situation right now. And I just kind of want to stay up for now. But when things calm down, I'll try.
Okay. She'll kind of she'll curl up and go to sleep, but you kind of do feel like her song kind of not leave you, but just kind of soften a bit.
He'll stay and he'll hold her hand while she sleeps.
I think once she zonks off, I think Colt would silently pad over there and just kind of put a blanket on her and also walk away, give distance, and sort of just, sit down and lean back against a wall next to Val and kind of they would probably just clunk heads together and pass out and whatnot, and he'd probably stay close to her. Although he'll probably say to Val, I think Ametrine's pretty upset with us.
Yeah, with you guys. I'm in the clear. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Although I can't help but to think that she kind of wandered off here without telling us and is giving us a whole lot of bullshit. We're not even addressing the fact she wandered off without us.
Swept under the rug.
She does it.
Yeah, she does that. We never give her...
She told me she was leaving and coming back by dinner, and to be fair, she did not show up in time for dinner. We just brought dinner to her. Well, we didn't actually eat, but...
Just saying, she gets away with a lot and gives us a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, I do feel like I didn't listen to her at all, though. And I panicked and I was acting hastily because I was emotional, and I knew I was emotional, and I knew that I shouldn't make any major decisions while I was still feeling that emotional.
You know how dangerous
I still did it.
She turned out how dangerous she would be. I mean, I'm in it. I mean,
I was more worried about her.
Yeah, I was worried about her.
I don't want my friend to have that happen to them. Bad enough that it happened to you.
I would rather have her be mad at us than us trying to fight her. So You made the right decision. Don't tell her that, but you made the right decision. All right.
Well,
Okay.
is anybody else getting up to anything?
Rue?
Then all right.
Can I go find the stone of? Can I go find Whisperer in my dreams?
No, it'd be a scary place.
Oh.
You can, however, use the hammer, by the way, to locate creatures and stuff when you're awake.
Yeah, she's gonna give him some space. I think she thinks he's scared.
She's gonna look in on him, and he's like eating babies.
Oh my god. He would.
I will remind you that Ametrine tried to send a bunch to Chult.
And she tried to chop up a dead body for Elion. Once.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, yes. Yeah. Gives everyone bullshit when people try to
Or
help
kill someone for Elion to specifically get a skull for him. That was...
After a full long rest, what's the plan?
To level up.
Level up. See you next Wednesday.
I was gonna say real life sleep.
The point I would have really liked to have ended was when you put the damn hammer inside the fucking statue. Be nice.
Oh boy.
Sorry, Val wasn't going to make an impulsive action. And then
No, you're good.
he did make a few of those.
I think canonically, Rue and Burt never left, and we're just standing in front, waiting to place the thing inside the statue.
Looking for the free goodie bags and hidden treasure in the empty room.
And you guys are like, hello?
Guys,
Hello?
Where'd everybody go? Literally the John Travolta meme.
Well, I guess when I wake up, I'll ask Mittens about the towers.
All right. Well, then we'll cover that next week.
Yeah.
Shit's gonna happen when we put that fucking hammer in.
I'm sorry, you're mad at Ametrine for going off and doing her own thing? Mr. Colt Sebastian Taylor?
Yeah, Val doesn't quite understand why Colt's mad. Because you did also tell Val, you're like, I'm leaving, I'll be back by dinner, didn't you?
Yeah.
So it's not like you left and no
I'm
like,
just
what?
saying, Ametrine always gives
just a grown
Colt
adult.
shit about everything. And starting not to have starting to have less of an impact on him because
yeah, but different people have different values and different things that affect them differently. And so
I'll leave you with this. Floating off to one side of a large asteroid or debris field. On a platform surrounded by over 20 Githzerai monks. Avison, Angel of Hope, cracks her fingers and points towards the largest of these pieces of rubble and begins weaving them up as the Githzerai monks keep this portal open filled with pink energy that is then making its way towards these rocks and reforming them slowly. Towns come back into existence, crust, pieces of earth. She says, and now it begins. And that's where I'll leave you this week.
oh boy.
Damn.
Well, everyone survived.
Great, so
Yay!
now everybody's caught up in everything.
Yep.
Okay.
We're all together again.
Boy, oh boy.
Yay.
Well,
Yay.
I think we are going to go raid a Jackbox Twitch channel.
Nice.
So, until next week, we're the Longshots. We're the Longshots. And we'll see you for another Wednesday next week for High Fantasy Adventure.
Woo!